Lost in the Script, episode
You gotta read the damn
69.
number. You can't even know what number you're on.
Onus is on us.
Onus is on us. How y'all doing, man? I'm glad to see some of y'all already in here.
Look at George, already starting shit and the show haven't begun yet.
You need to DJ the effort messenger. Y'all can't hide here. Y'all always trying to be some bustling involved. Hey man, I don't be on Facebook, man. I'm gonna be honest. All I do is post what's called on Facebook and keep moving.
Look here, nigga, I work 6 days a week and I have 1 day off, which is today.
Oh man. What up, Brian?
But
what
we
up, man?
definitely will try to look at the messages more on Facebook through Messenger.
Yeah. Let's see.
Brian?
What's going on, fam? How you been, man? What up, Brandon? What's up, man? Oh. We gotta do this again. Hi, brothers. Brain is off. Keep forgetting. This is Saturday, and I wonder why you and 2+ real niggas, another YouTube channel, was posting today. Left my foot off. Yeah, you gotta keep up with the time. Hey, I've been messed up with the time for a little while now.
It's because the time is going by so fast.
Yeah. The time is definitely speeding up. We talked about that. Yeah, the time is definitely speeding up, man. Definitely.
Time for judgment.
All right, look what up, George. I'm trying to hold on. Let me do something right quick. All right. That should be good. All right. Hey, what up, man? How y'all doing, man? Another Saturday, another week has passed. Got a lot to talk about today.
Lot.
A lot to talk about. Gonna get right to it then. Well, we're gonna start off with some,
Well, first of all, let's give a RIP to Teddy Ray.
Yeah, Teddy Ray. If y'all don't know the comedian Teddy Ray from All Deaf Digital,
Yeah.
he passed away. At least I got the news today. I don't know when he passed away, but I saw it today.
I was shocked. We were just talking about him last week.
Yeah, he said cheeks, cheeks up on a Thursday afternoon. That was
36, double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon.
That was one of his jokes.
And then he had the barbecue joke where
your sis got
a flat top.
You are good. She is safe.
And niggas gonna be looking at the ribs.
Yeah, they pick the ribs over your sister. But yeah, man, shout out to the family of Teddy Ray. Wish them condolences. That one was random.
It's been a lot of celebrity deaths within the past 2 weeks. I know y'all know about Anna, Ellen DeGeneres' ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
Yeah. He needed
allegedly.
Ellen fell off so hard.
She got to do something to get that energy back.
So yeah, that was really strange how she went to a
hair
place. I don't know what you call it. A hair place in, I think it was Paris or something. Oh, she went to a hair place. It was owned by a black guy, and he said that she seemed sober and coherent.
And then she just drove into a garage
and just sped off and almost hit somebody. And then she crashed into a garage door. And
then come to find out she was on cocaine, narcotics.
Yeah,
when all that stuff came out and it was a slow build up. Oh, she's brain. I said she gonna die. Matter of fact, she was dead before.
Yeah. So yeah, that was really strange situation.
But anyway.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and get to it. We're gonna start with a quick story that was less than what people wanted.
We thought they were going to be out of here completely.
Yeah, Angela Yee leaving the Breakfast Club to host her own show. Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy will remain. I was kind of proud that when Angela Yee said the show was going to be different, everybody thought it was done.
Yeah.
How people actually celebrated it because they understood that these people have been a negative influence on the culture. I'm not gonna say they didn't have more funny moments, interviews that was funny. It's just
I hope so.
they represented something that needed to go. So a lot of people was like, "Thank God."
Who they gonna get back? I say Angela Rye might be one of the people that may be replacing Angela Yee.
Will they be replacing her?
Hmm?
Will they be replacing her automatically? You think so?
Maybe it just be the two of them.
I doubt it. I don't think they got the.
Well, they need a female.
Yeah, I don't think DJ Envy and Charlamagne would be. Is Charlamagne as hot as he used to be?
No, Kwame cooled him down.
Yeah,
he froze him. He put ice on him.
Are we just forgetting about what was against him?
Some people tend to have short memories.
We're just gonna forget again, I guess. All right.
Yeah.
Angela Yee confirmed on Wednesday episode of The Breakfast Club that she is leaving the show, although she'll still be part of the larger iHeartRadio family. She also announced the impending launch of her own nationally syndicated daily program. It's really exciting. She told Charlamagne and DJ Envy on Wednesday, this is something that I've been wanting to do for years now, way before the pandemic. I had actually sat down with our big boss, and I was telling her, like, look, I really want to have my own show. You know, I have my podcast, Lip Service, and I was thinking I'd be able to get something like on a weekend situation.
So when I said, who is Angela Yee's audience? Hoes. She got a YouTube show called Lip Service, and all they talk about is sex, pretty much. So her audience is hoes. So there's a big demographic out there now for that, hoes.
But yeah, people thought it was going away. There was some celebration of it. Then people found out she's only leaving and still gonna be there, and it's like, all right. I haven't watched
Unkept.
I haven't watched the Breakfast Club in
years. Because when there's a clip, I go watch. It's sad to say, I go watch another channels who will clip a clip of what I want to see, other Breakfast Club, to see what happens.
Out of your way to not give them a view.
I go out of their way to not give them a view.
One view. All right. I ain't go that far. I just didn't watch it. I know they still had interviews. I think they lost a lot of steam when Charlamagne kind of cooled off.
He's put out so many different shows.
Yeah, he's
relating to politics.
Yeah, he's oversaturated himself
in a market that he don't really belong in.
And he's no longer the shock jock radio host that he once was. So he can't get away with some of the stuff he used to say
outlandish stuff.
He don't do that stuff no more. So it kind of led to people being less interested, and no one cares about the politics.
He can't say that. He can't say the stuff that he used to say with all with allegations that are out there about him. You say something to me, I'm immediately shut your mouth with. Don't you got an alleged rape case?
Oh, lesser charge.
Oh, a lesser charge, because I don't want to get a cease and desist.
They're going to find your ass again. They're going to find your ass. All right. Let's move on. Wendy Williams' Teases return to spotlight in new podcast promo. I'll be back, trust me.
No,
all I want to say about this is
MK Ultra.
Are we still forgetting the fact that this woman still doesn't have control over her bank account? She still can't access her, what they say was $20 million. And it's just like,
they're just deconstructing her right now.
Like, there was a video of her in a car where I guess fans coming up to the car trying to talk to her. Her eyes were stretched, and she looked like she was, let's be honest.
All that electrical shock they putting on her ass.
She like she was either high out of her mind or out of her mind, one of the two.
She out of her mind. So, and they use that whole thing she used to be on crack to, cover up her behavior and what she's doing. No, they're resetting her.
Ever since she had an episode where she passed out,
ain't been the same.
Yeah, it's been kind of downhill.
It's been downhill for her.
Yeah. Mike Tyson Hulu over Mike series. Slammed Hulu over Mike series. They stole my life story and didn't pay me.
Because I thought Jamie Foxx was supposed to be playing Mike Tyson. This was what, 5 or 6 years ago?
Yeah, this is a while ago. He did that interview he went around doing interviews talking about the movie. He was giving this amazing breakdown of what the trailer's gonna be and how the opening is, and we was like, "Damn, this is amazing."
And then it never came to fruition.
Came to fruition at all. So I'm gonna ask this question. Now, there's people who say there's this big thing about intellectual property. If you're on YouTube and you know anybody who make videos, certain people, even small channels, can hit that little button, have it where anybody use their content, they can get flagged. And you go, well, it's intellectual property, it's their property, they have a right to flag your channel. Or if you make music and you want to use somebody's music, we saw that with Khalees and Beyonce situation. If you want to use my music, you need to make me aware of it. Well,
the problem was it wasn't her music. She didn't have ownership to it.
Well, yeah, but when it comes to these life stories, these documentaries, or these series they're doing on people's lives, a lot of the time the people that are part of it aren't a part of it. I mean, Hulu just did a series about the Lakers, and Magic Johnson and all of them came out and denounced it, said this is a terrible representation of what was going on, and they're making us look crazy. But it's not true. None of this stuff happened. A lot of this stuff did not happen. And Hulu kind of said, hey, this is loosely based off of the story. This is satire. Don't be worried about it. They just pretty much said, we're gonna do what we want to do. Now Mike Tyson is saying that the series they got coming for him does not represent him. No, matter of fact, let me stop. He don't even care about the story they tell him.
He just wants his money.
He want the money. Which makes me think that he might have did the same thing Muhammad Ali did. Muhammad Ali sold the rights to his likeness and name. Basically sold his life rights away. Which is what didn't Suge Knight give his life rights to Ray J?
Maybe so.
So did Mike Tyson sell his life rights and he now knows that he has no control over stories or documentaries made about him.
He just wants to
So
be
he's publicly
reimbursed.
making this fuss so that it can shame Hulu into giving him money. This is just one side of it I'm thinking about.
Let's see if it works.
I'm asking you.
Well, I mean, if he's not talking about lawsuits, has he said anything about a lawsuit?
He said heads are gonna roll at Hulu.
Oh, okay.
And he says he is talking to a lawyer, I guess. I don't know.
Does he mean he gonna go up there and punch a couple people to make their head roll? Or does he mean like he gonna get lawyered up?
I don't know. He said Hulu is a streaming version of Slave Master, Boxer says over upcoming series out later this month. Let me say this. What were they waiting for? Because, like you said, Jamie Foxx had talked about a movie that was coming out and it never came out. Clearly, they were waiting for a studio to take it up. We know a lot of these actors, they'll come out and say that something's already in development when really they're pitching it to the world to see if there's an audience for it. And then they'll go back to the studio and say, look, I pitched this story and look how much interaction I got. How much
they didn't need to do that with Mike Tyson.
Just hold on. So when Jamie Foxx did that, was he pitching it? And for whatever reason, no studio picked it up. So we were waiting for, I don't know, Sony or Universal to pick it up instead of just going to an already black studio. Are you telling me Denzel has his own studio, right?
So does Will Smith.
Will Smith and Jada, Tyler Perry. Samuel Jackson do too, don't he? I'm not sure about Samuel.
I don't know about Samuel.
But there's a couple of studios ran by black people he could have went to and got his movie done.
Or the face of it.
So is he waiting for a big studio to pick it up?
Maybe so.
This is part of the thing. We sell so much of our culture. Even though I know this is his life story, but he is a part of the culture. Like we just saw the Drink Champs with what's his name? Irv Gotti. Mm-hmm. And the biggest story out of that is, the Ashanti stuff. And I'm thinking about he just sold everything for $300 million. And people are like, oh, he made $300 million. I'm like, if somebody's willing to pay you $300 million for something,
which means you're worth more than that.
That means they know they're gonna make $1 billion off of it.
Exactly.
And he even said that he felt cheap when he took the check. And it's like, well, why you
were whoring yourself out
like, well, why you
to get money, pretty much. I don't know. I can't judge it. I don't know what financial position he in, what he wants to use the money for. But sometimes it's better to just wait and build up.
I can't see how somebody else will spend or do with their property and their
money.
But
you can give your opinion on it.
I give my opinion. It's like, why would you sell for $300 million? That means they know it's worth more than that. And they're going to make way more than that. But it's just one of those things where we really don't keep stuff in our community to control ourselves. And we don't even look towards each other to tell our own stories.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Speaking of Beyonce, I started Beyonce earlier. She released her album, Renaissance, which came out to I don't want to say mediocre, but it kind of...
They try to make up excuses why it was put out. It was what? It was...
Yeah, it was released early.
It was released early.
Leaked, yeah.
The Khalees thing that kind of damaged, but now it's doing better.
Yeah.
They say. Somebody went out and bought some.
I remember back in the day, there was a story that Jay-Z, when he did $1 million in first week, someone made a story that said, him and Lil Wayne, they said when they did that, it's alleged that a company went out and bought 100,000 plus, maybe even more records to make sure the numbers was hit a certain target.
Well, that's to make sure that,
so
they keep the name.
You buy 100,000, just give away for free. So it's 100,000 sales. But
that's why when they go on the show, they're like, oh, we're going to give out free. The whole audience.
The new game was to tie your record to merchandise, like clothing or something like that. So that
Travis Scott.
So people would buy that, and it'd come with the album. Would just come with it.
It's a package.
Yeah, you didn't even want the album, but it'd come with it automatically.
It come with a concert ticket or a shirt.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Hey,
that is like that's kind of cheating though.
But back to this. Sold their soul to the devil. Bishop slams Beyonce over new single Church Girl, labels it sacrilege.
And he's correct.
He said Bishop Patrick Walton condemned Beyonce after hearing a new single, Church Girl, telling his congregation it was nothing but a piece of trash. Radar can confirm. Walton said he felt compelled to deliver a message after Beyonce released Sacrilege, referring to one song in particular from her 16-track album, Renaissance. The only thing I can account for some of this stuff is somebody done sold their soul to the devil. All I can say to you is this: when you sell your toes to the devil, you get with the short end of the stick because you're not going to live. You're not going to live for so long. And when you leave here, where are you going? You're going to be there forever. It's not a good deal. Wooten claimed that it upset attendees to know exactly what the song entailed. I had thought to try and read the lyrics to you, but I struggled to listen to them. It's so bad. The bishop warned the parents of letting their children listen, blasting the song as being the worst before discussing Twinkie Clark, the lead singer of the Clark sisters, who wrote the original song with Church Girl samples. I don't know whether Twinkie knew what Beyonce was going to do with the song or not, but Twinkie knows Beyonce isn't saved, he said. I pray to God that the stiff denunciation of what she did with that song is put out. Listen.
They did not.
Well, there's been a combination of gospel and R&B since like 2005. Well, really before that. Remember, Kurt Franklin was in a lot of, especially on BET Awards. You started seeing R&B artists and rappers on the gospel show. You start seeing gospel artists on the BET or hip hop show.
Well, they were just coming on, doing a gospel song and accepting the awards. But then you look out into the audience and they moving and grooving to songs out there. You're not supposed to do that. That's worldly. But anyway.
But I saw a woman in this same thread. She said, I listened to, let me go ahead and get a quote. She said, after hearing this scathing message, social media users sounded off in disagreement. I really grew up in the church. I mean, there every Sunday school and singing in the choir, one wrote. As an adult, I listen to praise and worship and secular music, but that doesn't mean I've sold my soul to the devil. I mean, according to your belief, if you're a Christian, you have to know that once you become saved, you're supposed to get away from the world. Secular music is not supposed to be something you listen to.
You can't serve two gods. You can't serve the Most High and the God of this earth.
No, they don't serve the Most High. That's a Christianity.
I know, dude.
So,
but what really amazes me is one of the Clark sisters, Dorinda Clark, she said, leave Beyonce alone. She was at a service. She said, leave Beyonce alone. At least she said something, because in the opening lyrics of Beyonce's song, she talks about thy will. And we know she's saying thy will. She's talking about her will.
Exactly.
And even you pointed out,
do what thy will. That's Aleister Crowley.
Every song she's talking about, you can't judge me. She's the judge of herself.
Yeah. I'm my own God, I'm going to let this body go, all this other stuff. Yeah.
So that just goes to say that these people, all these people in the industry are wicked. They do not serve the Most High. They serve the God of this earth.
Well, her husband, Jay-Z, literally we know the infamous picture of him wearing the sweater, do what thy will. Once again, that's Aleister Crowley, the man who called himself the great.
I mean, the Clark sisters' biggest hit, Sunshine, is they got the beat. It's a reggae beat. They got it from Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
So she took a sample from Stevie Wonder and made it into a gospel song. So people should already be looking at them kind of side-eyed.
Well, yeah, music has vibrations. So the reason why back in the day gospel sounded totally different,
and
because it didn't use certain instruments.
And they caught flack for that song Sunshine too.
Yeah. You wasn't supposed to use certain instruments in your music because it leads to a certain vibration, which is, for some reason, you got some people that hear that and think you're talking some mumbo jumbo, and it's like, this is real. Like,
different songs make you want to do different things.
There's a reason why when you listen to certain songs, you get sexual, and
R.
other songs
Kelly,
you get violent. How many times
music?
How many times you hear somebody turn the club up? And people say, man, yeah, man, I don't see many niggas get
Nuck if you buck.
Yeah, I don't see too many niggas get jumped to that song. It's like, you don't think that's strange? that whole song changed the energy of the room and you knew somebody was gonna get beat up or shot?
Man, put Nuck if you buck on.
Not even Nuck if you. There's some other songs that's way worse than that. And there's a couple people who are more known for. You got Pastor Troy. You got and his name was Pastor Troy.
We got an aunt
who loved that song. yeah. Vice versa. But you got Pastor Troy, you had Little John, you had David Banner, you had a couple of them that made music that somebody gets shot.
But she happened to be violent too.
Yeah. Why you had to put her on blast like that though? Pause. Why you had to just throw her under the bus like that?
She didn't talk much. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're a snitch.
I ain't no snitch. I'm just saying. You listen to music that she vibrated with. All right. Fight music.
And I talked about this right here. What I say? Tell them
You did. You said
what I
that.
said.
You said they actually wanted somebody else, and it was going to be 2-for-2 switch.
So when they first talked about this, first off, it started with Putin allegedly somehow involving maybe Roy Jones Jr. offering Brittany Griner and this other guy for a quote unquote drug smuggler. I mean, a gun drum dealer. And immediately the U.S. flipped that and said Biden offered that to Putin. They took credit for it completely. And I said, no, there's somebody else Putin wants. When they added that second person, the Caucasian dude who they're accusing of being a spy, I said they want somebody else. There's somebody else they're not gonna name more than likely.
Or after they're switched, they'll name them.
Exactly.
You're gonna be like, they let that person go?
Yeah, and they can be like, hold on.
So this was all orchestrated to get
a particular person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basketball star Brittany Griner and former Marine Paul Whelan. So he was in the Marines. Should hopefully be released from Russia as part of a 2-for-2 prison swap. U.S. Ambassador UN Bill Richardson said Sunday. My view is optimistic. I think she's going to be free. There's going to be prisoner swap. I think it's going to be 2-for-2. Can't forget about Paul Whelan. Richardson, who was an outsider advisor involved in Greer's case, said in an exclusive interview with ABC, Griner has been detained since February and sentenced last week to 9 years in prison after she found out that we know last month, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken revealed that the administration had made a substantial proposal to release Griner and Whelan, which sources told included freeing notorious Russian arms dealer, whatever, who was 725 years in prison. Richardson said Sunday, they didn't fully agree with the Biden administration messaging strategy. I wouldn't have gone public as much as they did. So right here, at least, they didn't mention the other person who's supposed to be a part of the 2-for-2.
You'll find out later on.
So there's some what do they call it? Lord, I forgot. KGB agent. I know
Russian intelligence.
I know that doesn't exist anymore, but I'm just saying some former KGB agent, some Russian intelligence agent.
Probably so.
Is it Biden? Didn't he call himself in his nickname on his email to his kids? Wasn't it a fake KGB agent's name? So they gonna release Biden to Russia.
Somebody need to release him from the White House.
Yeah, Biden.
Because he's done.
Yeah, he was shaking somebody's hand. Somebody shook his hand.
The second, third time he done did.
And then they shook
the
three other people's hand. And he forgot they shook his hand.
I love Australian Sky News.
Oh, yeah,
every time he do something, they report on it. They be waiting. Funny
because Sky News is basically the Fox News. It's the same dude who owns Fox in America, but the commentary is totally different in Australia, even though the company's ran by the same person.
Well, they get to be a little bit more open.
Talk shit about another government, even though in their own country, Australia, had the worst 2 years of any
crackdown of on COVID.
Yeah, they had the worst 2 years.
Lockdown, it was worse.
Grand jury declines to indict Carolyn Bryant Donham, the White House woman who accused Emmett Till. I went to the White House. The white woman who accused Emmett Till accusation set off Emmett Till's lynching.
Okay, are we gonna be done?
Done with this finally?
Are we done with this? They're not going to lock her up.
This is the third time in 2 years they've said no.
They're not going to lock her up. So be done.
And we talked about this. Remember, we talked about a organization from back in the 80s, I believe it was, called Move in Philadelphia, who were bombed by the Philadelphia police force because they called them a cult. We went into it. It was crazy. The dude who they worked with, who was Caucasian, turned into a spy.
Yep.
Informant, I'm sorry.
That's one of the early videos.
Yeah, which means he was already... The dude who founded Move, he had a Caucasian dude who worked with him. The Caucasian dude, very quickly into the movement starting, turned informant, which to me meant he was already an informant the whole time. They were
But y'all like being around them, so...
They were like a hippie, Black Panther,
Rainbow Coalition
type group.
They welcome everybody.
Yeah, which is funny because the dude who started it, his wife in the group, she wound, after all this shit went down, they bombed him and got him out the house and stuff. She wound up marrying a Caucasian dude. It was.
They always end up with Caucasian people.
It's a lot of that case is very strange.
The dude that's on that's on that Ebro in the morning. It's a black dude that he was sitting next to. Sometimes he talk.
Yeah.
His father was a Black Panther, and he said how his father married a white woman.
Yeah, which is
because he was telling how he date Hispanics, and he was like, well, he was giving a story I was like, well, that's what y'all do.
I'm gonna show the story here. I finally get to take them away. Philly released 2 remains of 2 bombing victims of the family. Now listen to this. I'm just gonna let y'all hear how crazy this is.
Of the move, nearly 4 decades, the remains of 2 young victims of the move bombing have been returned to their family. It is Wednesday afternoon. I'm Sarah Bloomquist.
And I'm Brian Taft. The young girls were killed when police dropped a bomb on the home of the MOVE organization in West Philadelphia back in 1985. Now, the brother of those victims says his sisters are, quote, finally free after the remains were held by the city for 37 years.
Action News reporter Taronda Thomas is live outside the medical examiner's office in Center City with more on the family's plans following today's reunion.
Well, Sarah and Brian, it was at the medical examiner's office that those girls' remains sat boxed up, some even given to a university. Today, their brother came to reclaim them.
Even in their death, they still weren't at peace.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Why would they?
They took the remains of some of the people and gave us to universities to teach about human anatomy, which was so sick. It was like
You could all these other bodies, and y'all choose their bodies to do that with.
these people you bombed. You just gonna take their bodies and give it to a university for students to just learn about the body with? Are you serious?
Sad. That's how they do us.
Remember that there's a book, The Delectable Negro. it's a hard read. I ain't even read the whole thing. It's a tough read. It kind of explains how they view the black body. The title kind of says it all. So yeah, The Delectable.
They view the
Negro.
black body as like Africa. You can get all different type of minerals and sources that you need.
They think they can just drain you.
You just study it.
On one hand, you're just some dumb beast, but on the other hand, you're some supernatural
Being. Yeah.
Like I remember, I saw a story that said whenever a Caucasian person would get gout or have a foot problem, they would put their foot on the back of a black child and it would heal them. And it's like, what the fuck?
Well, whenever I need money, I'm gonna go
Put your back on the floor, let somebody step on your back. Y'all heard what he said, right?
That's not what I said. Wait a
What you
minute.
about to say?
I wasn't about to say I'm about to let somebody
about
put
to
their
say?
foot on my.
What would you about to say?
I was gonna put my foot on a black little kid's back and
Oh,
hold.
you saying if you have a foot problem?
No, I'm talking about if I need some money. If we that magical, we should be able to present money too.
leprechauns, the black leprechauns?
I guess so.
The black leprechaun.
Superhuman.
Possible to rest in peace, because peace is what Lionel Dotson says his sisters have been deprived of for 37 years. The remains of Katricia and Zanetta Dotson have been at the Philadelphia Medical Examiner's office for nearly 4 decades in a box and marked to be destroyed.
The order was to cremate them. A heroic employee in the medical examiner's office saved them from cremation.
Former Health Commissioner Thomas Farley, who ordered that cremation, resigned in 2021. After a year of fighting, Dotson has gotten his sister's remains and an apology.
But the medical examiner, yes, he apologized today. Heartfelt, sincere apology.
The piece
What is that?
He was a.
What is a sincere apology for keeping my sisters?
It wasn't no
remains for
heartfelt,
37
sincere
years?
apology.
Like,
That's the problem. Y'all quick to forgive.
like really?
peaceful trip to Ivy Hill Cemetery is a stark contrast to the moment the 12 and 14-year-old girls died in 1985 when police dropped a bomb on the West Philadelphia home of the radical organization MOVE. Dotson says while his sisters stayed there, the family was not a part of the organization.
The city stole them from me at a very...
Now, think about it for a second.
They didn't care who they killed.
They cleared the block. They told everybody, get out of your house, get out of here, and dropped a bomb on them.
Oh, they gave warning,
Yeah, they told us the neighbors to get out.
and the neighbors did.
And the neighbors said, "What's going on? Like, you got the hell out of there. What's going on?" And then they dropped a bomb on the house. They gave the people inside.
They treated them like the Middle East.
Yeah, you were insurgents. Yeah, but yeah, that's a crazy story. And how quickly he was to say he gave a sincere apology. Are you really serious, dog? 37 years.
37 years.
Put other people in damn universities to be studied the body, the anatomy of the body. Cold, man. More black NFL retirees win dementia case and resorted test. Listen, rescore test. One of the things that happened with the story that broke with CTE was that it was leading a lot of these NFL players who play football who was suffering these concussions, that it was leading to severe problems that the NFL was hiding. The story broke. It became a big deal. But another story that broke right behind that is a lot of the players who were suffering problems, mental problems after the NFL, they were getting less money than the Caucasian players because the NFL was grading them on a scale and said that black players had lower IQs, so it's not affecting them as much. So we're just going to give them less money than the white players. And because the league is majority black, and that means they was giving away less money because of that. Far less money.
Well, that's why they came up with that.
So now the black players finally want a case. First off, the fact that this had to go to trial, which means they had to prove that they're not less intelligent. What do they have to prove in this? Like, is that not inherently racist? I have to ask to go to court for this?
Yes, it's racist. Yeah, it's racist. What?
2 years after the pair of former players sued the NFL over the treatment of black retirees in the league of a $1 billion concussion settlement, hundreds of men whose medical tests were rescored to eliminate race bias now qualify for awards. The newly approved payouts announced in a report Friday at a victory of the NFL families in a decade-long legal saga over concussions. The 2020 lawsuit unearthed the fact that dementia tests were being race normed, adjusted due to assumptions that black people have lower cognitive baseline score. Changes to the settlement made last year are meant to make the test race blind. The new results will add millions of NFL payouts for concussions, linked brain injuries. A league spokesman did not return a phone call Friday or respond to emails sent in recent weeks seeking comment on the rescoring. Of the 646 black men who tested or rescored, nearly half now qualify for dementia awards. 61 are classified as having early or moderate dementia, with average awards topping 600,000. Near 250 more have milder dementia and will get up to 35,000 in enhanced medical testing and treatment, according to the claim administrator's report.
So, one, why would you want to play a sport where it's going to lead to these type of...
They didn't know this. That's the point.
Well, they know it now, don't they?
These players are retired.
I'm talking about the players that are playing now are informed this is what it leads to.
Yeah.
And the players also know that, who have signed on now, also know that what they were doing was they were saying they were less intelligent. So when you got to that age, you was going to be getting paid less than your white counterpart. So why would you want to participate in an organization that views you or sees you as that? So we have to ask ourselves, where is the self-respect that we have for one another, that we would participate in an organization that does this, let alone participate in something that we know is going to lead to us having mental and brain issues later on in life?
Well, I could say this. You would think that when this first broke and they knew they were doing this, that every NFL player would have went on strike immediately.
They didn't.
Immediately. At least the black ones. We're not playing this. The hell no.
Why would the white people do it? They gonna get their money in the end.
Who cares about that? The black people should have been like, I'm not playing. Well, you serious? Now, the part about the injuries, well, they didn't know about this concussion thing before the story broke. I forgot when the story officially broke, like 2000 and, I don't want to know, 15, 14, something like that. Because Will Smith had a movie, Concussion. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, it was an African scientist or doctor who broke the story. If I'm not mistaken. But
they know now.
They know now, but the rules have changed also.
Yeah.
So there's not as much contact, or at least not supposed to be any head-to-head contact as much, at least. So I guess they feel like it's not as dangerous anymore because they know what's going on.
It's still just as dangerous.
They know to watch they know not to do certain things because it could lead to concussion, which can lead to problems later in life. But I don't know. Remember this story, y'all? OnlyFans model Courtney Clenney, charged with murdering boyfriend at their Miami airport.
Oh, the apartment. Oh, the Nigerian.
Yeah, apartment. Yeah. Remember that Nigerian dude who was dating a Caucasian chick?
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Travis, snitches get stitches.
What did I snitch on?
Snitched on I died. Negro Nation. Yeah. They live an expendable lifestyle. You're talking about NFL players, I believe.
Go to Juice Man Juice. Oh, we didn't read that one.
I've been Christian a long time ago. She wears Baphomet stuff a lot. She's been left guard and acquired Sister Fierce, aka Demon. Yeah, Sasha Fierce. Yeah. Original mention of Fox playing Tyson was in 2014. Yeah. So what did you say?
I said about 5 or 6 years ago. That was close.
8.
It's been about 8.
Damn, almost a decade ago.
Yep.
Which means that this idea probably been around since like 2005, probably.
Yep.
They be scripts that we see movies get made off of scripts written in the 90s, and we just now seeing it now. So yeah. What up, Honorable? However, the production of the movie has been stalled on several occasions with constant changes. Oh, you talking about the movie? Articles: Fox will be playing Tyson in yet another biopic, which is still in development. It will be directed by Training Day director Antoine, produced by Martin Scorsese. Huh. They get a tether to play him.
Hello, they got a tether to play him.
The dude, he African?
Yeah, he looked African.
I saw him in he was in Moonlight.
Yeah.
He was in it was in some other movie too. I didn't know he was African. Well, shit, if the movie is still in development,
Did we see that?
What? Movie still in development 6 years ago?
Okay.
6 years, 8 years?
Yeah. Been a while.
That movie ain't coming out.
That movie ain't coming out.
That movie ain't coming back.
Jamie Foxx too old to play him.
Yeah, now?
He
Back
told.
then, he might have been able to, do some.
Listen, maybe he would. He's tall like Mike Tyson. He had the thing around his eye. He looked like him.
Well, he still talk like him.
But he old now.
I don't know. Hulu said we moving on from this. But back to this. OnlyFans model Courtney charged with murdering boyfriend at a Miami apartment. The Nigerian dude who was killed by his OnlyFans girlfriend, she finally got charged.
Yeah, she just went off into Hawaii and was living her best life. And she's still in Hawaii, by the way.
Yeah, they didn't extradite her.
What, they're waiting for her arraignment or?
She's just going to come to Miami herself. She denied extradition. She denied. Like, what? How do you, first off, when they got to the hotel room, they figured out the situation. They asked her, do you think this was justified? And she said, I don't know. I don't know if I could say this was justified.
She also said she threw a knife 10 feet from him.
But
and
the knife
stabbed him.
The knife was plunged downward into his chest 3 inches. Unless at least she's a trained ninja.
Yeah.
There's no way.
She been, what was that thing we used to play with?
Them stars.
Where you throw it at the
Ninja
board.
stars, yeah. Oh, you talking about dart?
Dart. She had been training dart all her life for this moment.
She definitely got his ass, but she finally got charged with murder. They also released a video of her and him fighting in an elevator to prove that she was violent towards him, which is funny because her friends literally said she's violent towards him.
Somehow she still didn't get locked up.
Here's the video here. It's gonna jump through it. But he thought shit was sweet though. You see, when you're dealing with somebody that's willing to put their hands on you in anger, you got to understand that at some point they're going to be willing to do something more in anger. The first time they put hands on you, you got to either set a strong warning or get the hell away.
I thought the black woman would act like this. You be saying just a black woman be acting like
Who said
this.
just?
I'm not going to throw
Now you
names
gonna
out there
lie.
on YouTube.
Now you're going to lie.
But the black woman, this is the black woman's behavior. That bunny tore his ass up in that elevator, all I know.
That ain't the worst of it. He stabbed his ass.
She got him out of here.
But I guess she's going to prison.
Yes.
I have to guess at this point.
I mean, she'll get back to Florida when she can get back to Florida, pretty
she's
much.
done with her vacation. She'll, head back to the city.
She's out there testing the locals.
Didn't Hawaiians say they don't want people coming to their country?
They did. They said
they're taking the water from the
well,
locals.
it's a state. It ain't a country.
Oh shit, my bad. Yeah. Didn't they say they want people coming back to their state? Is it a state? It's not a state.
Hawaii is a state, dude. Okay, please, we live.
No,
we're live.
No, listen, Hawaiians.
We live.
Hawaiians say that they're not a state. They say they're being occupied by military. They don't consider themselves a part of America. They're like,
tell the United States government. Tell the United States government that Hawaii is not a state.
God damn it! They said they ain't no damn United States.
Okay.
They're occupied with the military.
They're occupying the land that don't belong to them.
Same
either.
thing as Japan. Is Japan American? No, you're gonna say they're Japanese, but they have American bases there. American wrote their constitution for them, but they're not American.
They're a country, dude. Japan is a country.
I just said that. I said Japan is a country.
We can't compare Japan and Hawaii.
America rewrote their constitution, It has military bases there.
They have military bases in a lot of places.
I don't know if you're missing the point I'm saying. Hawaii said they're the same thing as Japan. Hawaiians are saying this. Well, they're being occupied by military.
Okay. Just go ahead and play the video. This conversation.
Are you disagreeing with me? I don't know.
I'm disagreeing with you. We're not gonna get anywhere.
How you
people in the comment section who you agree with?
This is them.
Who sounds delusional in this conversation right now? Hawaii is a state.
I'm not saying it's not a state.
You cannot compare Japan and Hawaii. It's two totally different things.
How?
Just because they wrote their constitution for them because of what they did in Pearl Harbor. That's why that happened.
But Hawaii is saying they're.
But United States didn't then go as far and say we're gonna make Japan a part of the United States. You're a state.
They're kind of too far away.
You know how far Alaska is not as close as they try to make seem that it is. Alaska is not that. It's not as far. It's not as close as they make it seem on a map. I'm not changing the conversation. Moving along to the next segment.
I'm not saying this is Hawaiian saying that. I don't know why you acting like.
We understand. We get you.
You just saying they lying.
We're gonna have to move along.
Wrong. How you gonna tell them they wrong?
We're gonna have to move along.
Okay. Speaking of the pull up,
Power106. The spicy tenders and the spicy tenders.
So the Power106 protest thing happened. There was two I guess we call it pull ups or protests that happened. I think one was on
Who
the
they 10th. Get pull up from?
Who you talking
Who
about?
started saying pull up?
I don't know.
Okay.
What you mean? Who said it?
I just want to know who started saying pull up.
Who? What do you mean? Who they got it from? Who's they?
These the ones that started this at the station that they protested. Yeah, the black people.
Where the black people get pull up from?
From other black people?
Yeah. What the hell you talking about? But let me just show what happened there. This is one of the videos. One of these spicy Latinas was trying to fight one of the sisters.
Yeah, she was going after an original.
Listen to the Latina. You heard her say this is her land and they just got here in the 80s. In the 80s. We are been here. We're foundational to the country. Shut the fuck up. Police.
I will say this.
She's a Latina.
She was real brave touching him. Which made me look, once again, LA looking bad right now.
There was a caller that called in on Yvette Carnell's show, and she was saying how she relocated from New York to California, and she said she knew that she was going into the same type of environment.
Yeah.
Because there's Hispanics in both areas.
Yeah.
She said California is worse than New York.
I told you, hold on, pause for a second. I told you I've seen videos of New Yorkers kind of checking stuff, but it's just not
as far as we want it to be checked.
I think a lot of the people that ain't doing it are not what we would call Black American or African American, so they don't see nothing really wrong with it. They look at it as I'm Trinidadian, they're Trinidadian. We just look different. But Black Americans would be like, this can't go. I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying
when I'm talking about Hispanics, I'm talking about your Dominicans, El Salvadorians, Colombians, Trinidadians.
I'm not. I was just throwing something out there. I was throwing something out there. But yeah, you could. The woman was saying they the same.
Oh, she said that California is far worse than New York. She said that she tried to, tell them about certain things about this whole black and brown shit. I'm so tired of this black and brown stuff. It's getting worse and worse. But I think more niggas is waking up every day and saying this black and brown shit has got to cease.
Yeah.
When I don't know, this lady said when they see black and brown as ugly, I'm saying when have they ever put brown with the black ugly thing? I've never heard that before. But anyway, the lady, she was just saying in disbelief. She's like, I'm pretty sure she's trying to say is I didn't think it could get worse.
Yeah.
But it's worser there.
Yeah. And what's funny is from the outside looking in, we see or we hear and we see as well the stories and we read the articles of the Mexicans there and what are the brown people. Cause when we say black and brown, who we talking about? Because niggas are black and brown. Like,
who the real black and brown?
Black and brown. Isn't that just one people?
I mean, I was thinking of the lighter brown and the darker brown.
That's black and brown.
That's black and brown.
We see them running the gangs. How that American Cholo story, stuff quickly turned to gang politics, and how the Latinos were already on what's the word? Violence, basically.
They're a violent group of people. Any people that would take a machete and chop your head off, that is a very violent group of people.
It's about the cartel.
It's a different. I know this is gonna sound like damn. It's a difference between pulling a gun out and popping somebody. Both when you cut somebody's head off with a machete,
I know
that's up and personal.
Barbarian, yeah, I know. It's barbaric, yeah. But killing somebody ain't, I want to say better.
It's not better, but damn, it's like I know I'm not going to shoot you. I'm going to chop your head off. Yeah. I'm gonna chop your legs off, your arm off. Sometimes they do it piece by piece while you're alive. These people are savages, and y'all want to relate to these people, say these people are our people. Some of you out there, it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, but how brave she felt to put her hands on this man.
Because she probably done been with a couple of them. Let's just tell the truth. And them right there probably done been with a couple. They both probably experienced each other before. So he wasn't unused to a Hispanic woman putting hands on him, and she wasn't unused to putting her hands on a black man. So let's just be honest about the situation.
Why you had to put that on him?
I'm putting it on him and her.
No, I'm talking about him. I don't care about you.
I'm putting it on him, and I'm putting it on her.
But you don't know this dude.
You right. I don't know him from. I don't know him. But I said what I said.
But you think the worst of him.
How is that thinking the worst? That's the worst of him?
That's a good thing?
What's a good thing?
Now you're confused.
Yeah, help me out.
What you just say?
What is a good thing?
No, what you just say?
No, enlighten. Remind me what I said.
Did you get that on record? That's assault. Someone call 911 right now. Call 911.
Y'all didn't touch her. Fuck that.
Call
we got it on video.
Call
Everybody
911.
motherfuckers touched her already. Okay.
We have them assaulting us all because we're fighting for our economic viability. Get her on camera.
That's a weapon?
She came here. Okay. She came here yelling and screaming. She can't control herself. She's volatile. She's not right. She's metal. She wanted to fight me. She said, let's act like we're in the living room. In what culture do you fight in your living room? We don't do that here in the United States. Not in Black American culture. She wanted to fight me in a living room. Who does that? We're having a political conversation, and she wants to fight because her mind is so low level that she can't conduct herself at a high level.
All right, this is a lot going on. But okay, so you see it led to somehow. So I guess they went to protest. The protest?
Yeah.
Because they call her ignorant because they said she was speaking against Mexicans. I don't know. Maybe she got some other video that they saw where she was talking about only caring about. I think she's with Tariq.
Mm-hmm.
So FBA. She's only talking about FBA issues. I guess they felt disrespected by some of her comments.
Who gives a damn how they feel?
And decided to come and protest the protest. I don't know.
That's what they do. I thought there was this black and brown thing that we were just a solid group. Guess not.
But another thing
we should have. You know what?
What?
Never mind. We're not gonna do that.
This is her. This person right here, Pookie, cousin Pookie. He went and found. I guess someone else had a back and forth with her on social media in their whatchamacallit. They pretty much going back and forth saying that she was talking junk and da. He asked her what she wanted to debate the black woman. Let me say this. Apparently the protest was to make Power106 give opportunities to black Americans.
Which is begging.
Which I'm thinking, do you want to work? I think Power106, if I'm not mistaken, is owned by a Cuban or at least some form of Hispanic. And you just go, do you really want to work for a company?
Stop listening to the radio station. Boycott it.
Well,
just stop listening. Don't even boycott it. Just stop listening to it. Pretty simple.
Instead of talking to Power106, you go talk to these black rappers and say, hey, don't go do a freestyle on that show, LA Leakers. How about that? How about you go to Nick Cannon, who works for Power106, and say, why are you still here?
Oh, we know why he's still there.
How about you go to the other, I think it's 2 other black people that work for the Power106. Go to them and say, why are you still here? you shouldn't be worried about what the station and the Hispanics or Mexicans are doing there. Just leave them to their own device.
Nick Cannon has been very quiet. Has he said anything about this?
Well, I don't think they see this as a big issue. The American Cholo thing, they say when we delete the video, we're moving on. We deleted his interview, we're moving on. We're not going to extend this any further.
Which means we don't give a damn about what you have to say.
Well, it's not loud enough. There's not enough people worried about it.
It's California.
Yeah,
like this is a everyday spat between black and browns. This is what we do. We argue, but we love one another.
Which is funny because they'll say we had race wars, man. 10 years ago, we couldn't even sit in the same room together. It's like, why are you sitting in the room together now?
Because they want the draws.
What changed?
They got the draws.
They still going in your neighborhoods. You still getting pushed out. I mean, by the way, it seems like the numbers in LA are already dropping because a lot of black people, or should I say California, a lot of black people are already moving out anyway. So it is what it is. But here's another video of Marcel who had a conversation with the dude who was there with her. And this is what they had to say.
Lost 90% of our land. We once owned 16 million. We're down to 1 million.
Yeah, because of capitalism.
Wait a minute. And
Because
we
of
lost
capitalism.
$367 billion worth of land last year. Nothing's being done. We are 15 to 20% of the population. You know it's more of us than that. But a lot of you Latinos who look like me still want to be white. Mejorando la raza es muy fuerte. Okay? So we're 15 to 20% of the population, but we're 60% of the homeless. Do you hear any Latino leader talking about the black Americans who are going through hell?
They shouldn't.
They should not. You should be talking about yourself. They're supposed to focus on one another.
Which is why. Go ahead.
I think it's very interesting how they come to America, and if you can see behind him, he has a flag, his country flag behind him. But when black Americans, we can't have no American flag in our houses. I'm not saying you should have one. I'm not saying you should be patriotic, but those of you who feel like, who want to be patriotic, you can't have no flag in your house. That's seen as coon.
Well, he's not black. He's Mexican.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's Mexican with a flag.
But
they get to come over here and still have their flags on display.
That's not you comparing them to black people that come to America.
No, I'm comparing it to anybody that comes to America gets to represent the country and the flag that they're from.
Who call him a coon?
Who?
Him.
That's what I'm saying. They don't get called out
by their own people. You mean?
Dude, I'm talking of. Okay, you gonna make me just? I'm talking about Hebrew Israelites who have them in their groups and let them have their flag still.
He part of Hebrew Israelite group.
I'm not specifically talking about him, dude. They have Hispanics
and they have a Mexican flag.
So we just gonna forget about the Hispanic that had the Puerto Rican bandana on his head.
Yeah, Puerto Rican.
I'm just naming one group of Hispanic. Do I have to go through a whole list? Is that what you want me to do? Damn.
Continue. Continue.
That's all I'm saying. They get to have flags, but you can't have a flag because when you have a flag, you're representing Babylon. Babylon is everybody is a part of Babylon. So I just don't quite understand their thinking process when they don't put it on everybody. They just put it on. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I agree. What would yeah, you shouldn't expect them. This is why we should want to get rid of the Congressional Black Caucus because they spend too much time talking for other groups.
Well, they what is the word they use?
What?
Yvette said the word yesterday. They have it on their website. They're conscious for everybody. What is it? What is the word they used in their bio?
I don't know.
They're the moral compass or something. That's why they're not just exclusive to black people. They fight for all groups, all minorities. That's in their bio. Damn, I wish I had it. We've had it up here like 3 times talking about how different it is from Hispanics and Native American caucuses.
Yeah.
In a country we built that owes us? No. It can't just be you. But to your credit, though,
there's been a lot of other people.
Yes, of course I would never say all Hispanic and Latinos are anti-black. No, not at all. But a lot are. And the Latino community has not done a good job of calling out anti-blackness in their ranks. And that's the thing that bothers me. So when I hear black and brown, I always tell people no, because you never hear Latinos. When Latinos are getting something, I don't care if they are the blackest thing ever or the whitest thing ever, because Latino is not a race, it's an ethnicity. You never hear Latinos saying black and brown when they are benefiting. We just say brown. When black people get something, all of a sudden Latinos come black and brown. Negro y moreno.
You talked a lot. All right, you talked a lot. Like, there's nothing I can say to change your mind for you to understand that we are indigenous, and you thinking that you can. This is your rhetoric. No, we're old reparations, but if Hispanics or whatever you call us, they're getting something, they're getting some help. You try to put a stop to that, and you thinking that you putting a stop to us getting help.
That's not true. That's not true.
Let me finish. See. I hope you look, man. I hope you get to talk to Connie later today, and
why don't
basically
you
just
try
say
to talk
this,
to
man.
her?
Hold on. Basically, just say this. Instead of you trying to tear us down because of supposedly we get more assistance than you guys. Why is it that we cannot come together and work together instead of being divisive?
Wow. He said, so now Mexicans are saying that they're Native American, they're indigenous to the United States of America.
They're the same Mongoloids that's in mostly the West anyway, in Oklahoma and all that. They're the same Mongoloids.
So now truth is finally starting to be revealed that Mexicans and Native Americans are the same group of people.
You couldn't say that growing up. I used to say that when I was in school. I'm like, aren't Mexicans and Native Americans the same thing?
They both got potholes in their skin. They got bad skin. They look the same to me. But no, I'm Mexican. I'm Native American. Okay, we'll go along with it. I'll live in your world and be delusional.
Well, they could be different ethnicities, can't they? But same race. Is that a thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're different ethnicities?
I guess that's how they classifying it for them.
Are they not? I'm asking you.
Yeah, they're different ethnicities, but they're the same race.
All right, this right here is
Doughboy. Doughboy.
This is Pan African Strikes Back. I found I saw him on what's his name? Search for Uru.
It's that black dude that live in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, he's a Pan African, and he kind of
goes back and forth.
Pan African. He kind of he talks I don't know which one is he. Is the FBA ADOS? I don't know which one
he's FBA ADOS.
Yeah,
he want the check, but he still want black Pan Africanism. You have a lot of people that want the check. I'm ADOS. I'm ripping hard for this, but I also want black people to reunite globally.
That's a bad thing?
No, that's not a bad thing, but not all black people are the same.
Who said anything about that?
You can't want all black people to reunite, and all of us are not the same racially, we're not the same.
Oh, shoot, I don't want to get back to this again.
East African is not the same as West Africa.
I don't want to get into this again. We're going to move on.
Because you're going to get towed up in the comments.
No, I'm not.
Where the FBA people at?
You still answer the question whether black is a race, nationality,
for us, it's all three. Now let's move on to this gentleman.
No. Oh, now you move on.
Let's
ask this next question.
I'm trying to keep you from getting hurt.
So are black people section? So are black people in America a different race than people that quote unquote look like us in other countries? All of them.
Some of them we are, some of them we are not. I can't say all because they're not all.
So
we're not related. Dude,
you're not answering
this is we have a lot of things to talk about. We're not going to stay here on this topic.
He wanted to keep going. I said let's move on, but now I want to.
When did you say let's move on? I kept going.
And now I asked the question. Now let's move on.
When they can't win, they start telling lies.
So this is him at the pull up.
Notice how. Would you like to have an adult dialogue? Why are you yelling at other people? Because you're a liar. Then get out of our protest. Security.
That's the reality. She voted for Kamala Harris, but she got a problem with Tiger? So Tiger's not FBA, but Kamala Harris is. Okay, we got it.
This guy.
Tiger's not FBA. His father is Jamaican. His mother is what? Is it Korean or Filipino?
I don't know. Which one?
One of the Asians.
But neither is Kamala Harris.
Oh, definitely not.
So he's making a point. Now, let me say this. He wanted somebody on his channel, I guess a subscriber or supporter of his, listen, if you've done anything.
Don't be the leader of anything.
If you've done anything
you could turn
that
over
contradicts or goes against what you're saying right now, regardless if you're allowed to change your mind. I'm not saying you're not allowed to change your mind.
You got to turn on the leave.
But if you said something that goes against what you're saying
you
now,
can't lead
somebody is going to find it.
You can't lead it. You cannot lead it.
She's a part of the the FBA thing, and she's protesting for reparations out in LA.
But
why she also voted for Kamala Harris.
And that's why there's some conflict with Yvette, because at one point she said reparations should not be.
Yeah, what is reparations?
And now she's saying reparations. I'm not trying to throw.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it's very hard. You're allowed to change your opinion, turn a new leaf, but you just have to be able to answer questions.
Yeah.
Ignore and express why you felt the way you felt at that time.
What made this mindset change to this one? Also, I don't know if this is true. I don't want to get into what was called the chatty patty.
Yeah,
the
chatty
dude
patties.
apparently found out she was dating a Nigerian dude, which is, I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of hilarious because the Nigerians are like the number one demographic that the FBA people be headbutting against. And it just so happened that she possibly, once again, this is alleged, this is not true. I don't know if it's true.
Chatty patty.
Here you go. No,
somebody to say, "Oh yeah, it's true." He waiting for honorable Sienna to say, "Yeah, she
might
see who know the tea."
No, this is what his subscriber said. This is what they showed.
Okay.
Once again, I don't know if she actually was dating this dude. This is what he said. But anyway, yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree. She should not be the voice of this.
And another thing that happens is that when these type of things happen, when you see women with the bullhorn and the men protecting her, the first thing people said was, "You letting a woman lead you," right? And I remember there was a time when you would see groups, particularly you still got groups like the Nation of Islam, Hebrew Israelites, all them, who still put a man there and put a group of men around him to protect him. And you would see dudes say the same thing. You letting a man lead you. So it's like, what's the difference? Another thing, I think a lot of dudes, I'm be honest, it is kind of, at this point, noticeable how often a movement, protest, something start, and it is a woman at the forefront of it.
Because black men don't want to lead.
That's my point.
And that's the problem.
So I'm wondering, do they find it easier when a dude walk up to them and say a woman is leading you, to say, well, you're supposed to protect the woman, or you don't want to protect the woman? And they kind of make this point of, if it's a woman, it's okay for me to, which is, of course, as a man in your community, you're supposed to protect the women and children. But as a man, you're also supposed to respect the men of your community. It's okay to protect another man if he's doing something that's good or contributing to the community.
That's like the president having a secret service.
Exactly. So I don't know why it's seen as a negative one way. Like, why is it okay for this demographic to lead you, but not this one? Because it looked weird. Are you following another man? Listen, a lot of times in our community, especially black men, we got too much pride. Way too much pride. Not everybody is a leader. Not everybody should be the face of something. If you're a person who trying to sell a car, but it's not designed yet, you only have the idea of it. You need somebody who can build it and market it. You came up with the idea, but you still need somebody else to build it and somebody else to market it. It's okay to need someone else. I'm not saying you should always follow the rules of someone else, you shouldn't have your own opinion, but there's nothing wrong with agreeing with someone and going with it and see if it works. If it don't work, you move on. You try another way.
Or y'all regroup and you do critical thinking.
And y'all come up with another plan.
Yeah.
If this person came up with the plan, if they came up with the plan, they understand it more. Of course, they should lead the plan. So a lot of our people, they don't believe in order at all, and they're completely against the idea of someone else, quote unquote, leading them, which is unhealthy.
I understand your line. This guy also said that we were here to discuss Tiger.
Now remember, this dude, Pan-African Straight Back, he said he used to be a gang member. Now he also said in the beginning of this that y'all starting problems that y'all ain't gonna have to share the consequences for. He's saying you're starting beef with the quote unquote Latinos.
Well, he's scared. Sounds like to me.
And the blacks, and y'all ain't gonna have to suffer these consequences in these streets when the gang politics start.
So y'all sound scared.
I ain't gonna lie. Every time it's always black dudes saying this. Like they scared.
They scared.
And I'm not saying they should want to go and fight somebody and lose lives. And I'm just
they
saying.
got kids in these other communities. They got to go see.
We're not here to discuss Tyga. We're not here to discuss Tariq. We're not here to discuss Gil, the American Cholo. We are here to discuss the fact that Power106 culturally appropriates our artistry while not hiring us. We are here to discuss the fact that Power106 does not hire black Americans.
So is he out there defending Hispanic people?
I wouldn't say that. He's a Pan-African, so he believes in this idea of worry about yourself. Don't try to join 106. Just
I
start
totally
your own.
agree with that part.
Now, the part where he said Tyga disrespected Hispanics.
And she's up here and she was talking crazy about Hispanics. Was that and the video got cut off?
Yeah. So I guess in some ways he's defending the conduct, or he's trying to reprimand her conduct that she did and saying that she was not justified in what she said. I guess I don't know.
Okay.
Some Pan-Africans they confuse me. How you Pan-African go back to Africa type pro-blackness, but you're a heavy. We should vote Republican. Shouldn't you be against the system completely? So what is that? This is the woman who was in the video. The scam has officially begun. Criminals are pretending to be me to get funds needed to support the protest. Power106 LA. The real cash out is Unity bag. Scammers. This is social media, so people are always gonna find a way to try to profit off any situation. But you would think there'd be certain things that people would just leave alone and not try to scam. But ain't nothing safe.
Nothing.
Even what was it called? Juneteenth holidays and stuff. Anything they'll try to get $1 off of.
Who's doing it?
We don't know who that is. Something else going in California. In California, they had the city council they just made it where homeless people cannot create camps next to schools and any daycares. So LA, there's a giant homeless problem there. So because of that, people are protesting, saying all you're doing is criminalizing homeless more. Now, what is your opinion on them stopping homeless people from setting up camps next to schools and daycares?
They shouldn't be setting up near schools and daycares because it's not safe. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I'm not saying all homeless people are junkies and criminals, but a lot of them are. And for instance, we've heard and seen stories here of shootings and a lot of things that's been going in this area.
Homeless people?
It started when the homeless people came to certain areas.
So
that's the truth.
You're saying the homeless people got guns?
Not got guns.
They're getting shot?
But
wait, hold on.
They have not.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So you're saying they're a problem because they're getting shot?
I'm saying that no, I'm not saying they're a problem getting shot. I'm saying some of them are violent. Some of them have knives.
No, the guns. Are you saying homeless people got guns?
Some of them might have guns. They might have been put out of their house due to COVID, not having a job and such and such, but they still have a gun on them. You don't think that's possible?
I think they probably would have sold their gun for money.
I don't think so. If you're out here on the streets, I would think that you would want to have some sort of weapon still.
No, you want the money so you can eat.
Even if they have one of those vans, I mean one of the what's it called?
You talking about
RV.
People, they're not homeless then. Well, they're not. They don't have a house, but they got an RV. And
Matter of fact, matter of fact, I saw something on. There was a story of what are the people that put tickets on your car when you're parked illegally? Meter maid. Meter maid.
Meter maid. I don't know you said.
There was a white dude in his neighborhood that confronted a meter maid. She gave a person a ticket for parking illegally, and he said, "There's a RUV of homeless people that's been here for months, and you don't ticket them." She said, "Sir, we don't do that to them. They have their own special unit that comes out and talks to them." And he was like, "Well, what's the difference between this person parking his car here and he's only been here for a certain amount of time, and this person has been here for months.
Because they're homeless.
But what's the difference? So because he's homeless, or because he or she is homeless, they get to park there, and if they don't live in this neighborhood, the reason why that person can't park where he's supposed to properly park is because they're taking up parking spaces along the road. And they've been complaining in that neighborhood for months, telling them that they need to, have somewhere for them to go so they are able to park, and they're not doing anything about it.
They're not parked there, they're living there.
So you're making money off of me, pretty much, finding my ass. But this person gets to sit here because they're homeless, and the mayor says you can't touch them. We have to have somebody, a special force to come out for homeless people when they're in a camper, because that's what they call it, for them to be removed, when we know they're not going to be removed. Then the parking stuff just need to be dismissed, and you can't give nobody a parking ticket.
There, they're living there.
You can't live on the side of the road. That's public.
Well, you were the person that was complaining about tents being on the sidewalk, and you had to go.
Yeah, I sure did. Because tents should not be physically on the sidewalks. I can see if you have it on the side of the sidewalk, but they literally set up on the sidewalk.
Do you think tent cities should exist?
Yeah, there's tent cities all over.
No, I didn't say they do exist. So do you think they should?
Why not? Tiny houses exist.
No. Once again, I'm asking you again. Should tent cities exist?
Well, to be quite honest with you,
is it yes or no?
It's a yes and a no. I think that we shouldn't even be people shouldn't be living in tents. They can afford to send all this money to Ukraine.
Okay.
Build up homeless.
So you're saying no.
Build up homeless buildings and let them people move in. I mean, hell.
So no, you don't believe they should?
I don't think they should.
City should build up homeless shelters for them.
I wish they're doing that now here.
I know.
But they don't want to have rules where they have to come in at a certain time and leave at a certain time either.
But that daycare thing kind of rough though, because daycares can be in very obscure places, and you don't know a daycare is around.
What you mean very well? When you park your damn RV there, you know whether or not there's a school or a daycare there. You're not gonna miss it.
You would know a daycare is around the corner. All right.
It says daycare. You see the damn pictures and all the shit on there saying it's daycare. It's a school. You can't miss it. There's going to be a stop sign that says school and how much mileage is on it.
Yes, I've seen it grow firsthand, so we always on the bottom looking at the top. Problem with these Latinx conversations, y'all refuse to see these people as white. Good point. They did fight to be called white as well. We're missing the Spaniard part of this. But some of these Hispanics or Mexicans consider themselves natives because they think they are the same thing as the Native Americans, which are Mongoloids.
And he said, and when he said we haven't, and Bryant, he said we have, and they haven't received reparation. What reparations are you owed?
He did say that y'all trying to stop. He said y'all trying to stop us from getting stuff. Y'all saying we not getting something that you should get it.
He said now, and he said we didn't get reparations that we are owed. What reparations are you owed?
Said, now they are fighting for reparations. No, you made a point. Every time Black Americans start something, they start coming. Remember after
that's why I listened to Yvette's YouTube, and she made an excellent thing. She said when the Hispanics came here, they labeled themselves as white. They are literally used to counter Black people on everything they get. Every time you get something, what about the brown people?
And that's why the Black and brown should exist.
That's why the Black and brown exists. The government literally let them come in to be a counter to everything that you do. So every time you get something, you have to share it with a group of people.
So we know that in LA, majority of the homeless are Black.
Exactly.
So who's going to those city council meetings saying to get these homeless out of here? I wonder who's saying that.
The lady from New York says she goes to the committee, the council meetings, and it be Hispanics, people there in California, talking about Black Americans.
Everyone is indigenous shit is a joke. So all indigenous people, racial agents. No. The Mongoloids came through the Bering Strait, through Alaska, Canada, and came to America. They mainly was on the West Coast. We did a whole history video on this. There were Mongoloids on this land, and there were people who we would call in today's world Black in America. Those groups got kind of mixed up, mainly the blacks were on the East Coast. That's why you hear New Yorkers. You listen to a lot of New Yorkers, they'll tell you, black ones, they'll say, I'm Native American. Matter of fact, if you go to the museum on Native American history in New York, they'll have black people's paintings and pictures in there. New Jersey as well. A lot of black people from New Jersey would tell you they're Native American. I'm not saying that all black people are indigenous to America. I'm not saying that as well.
And when we're talking about, when they say they never, we're not talking about Mongoloid. They acknowledge that they are black and that they are native.
Yeah.
We are from North Carolina. Our father descends from South Carolina. And they talk about how they were black.
Well, no. You talking about
Native Americans.
Our grandfather.
Our father's side, too. They're from South Carolina.
You said they what?
Our father's side is from South Carolina, too.
Yeah. I'm talking about the Native American.
Yeah.
Our grandfather, who was a black man, if you go to our picture on Twitter, I have a picture of a Native American banner, and that's what a lot of our people thought. Some of our grandfathers.
Now, mind you, there was a Mongoloid Native American on that flag.
No, it was you.
No, I'm talking about on the sides.
Oh yeah, but that's how they get mixed up, you know. But yeah, it's very convoluted. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised that when I took the ancestry test, they gave me any Native American because black people have to.
Yeah, black people say they're Native American because
they gotta fight.
Yeah,
we're not fighting to be called no damn Mongoloid. We fighting to show that we was here before they said.
Let me say this. Good Lord,
that we already done went through this. We know.
I'm talking about you.
We know.
It just amazed me how it's so hard to understand that the Earth, the planet, just 600 years ago looked totally different. The demographics were totally different than it is today. It's not what they painted it as. Not all white people on the planet were in Europe. Not all black people on the planet were in Africa. People were traveling.
But white people was in the Caucasus.
I'm talking about during Middle Ages on. Not everybody wasn't in one place. It was not much different than it is now. People were traveling across the globe on ships, though. It was a little slower, but they were still traveling. Black unity is bad if it requires forcing teaming African Americans. I thought she was a part of that.
She is, Yvette. If you're talking about Yvette, yeah, she is.
You don't know that's who we talk about.
Who is she?
Who were we talking about?
You were talking about Yvette.
No, we weren't.
We talking about the lady protester.
This
it was only two she's.
We were reading. We was watching what's about. So we went to see these comments when he said.
Okay,
it.
yeah.
So you just assumed a lot.
Okay, whatever, bro.
Kind of did that. A Nigerian man. It was a big reveal on Clubhouse.
Okay, I told you, Honorable.
You said it was gonna be that good. Shout out to you. Connie is a good voice for us to have. She's a lawyer and good with writing legislation. We need bills at this point
So then she needs
support in LA.
So then she needs to stay. She don't need to be on the front lines. We need her to be behind the scenes because she got too much baggage.
That's baggage?
That's baggage.
Hold on. Are you asking for separation, like dating as well? Other black people?
We don't know their lineage, dude.
Wow. Okay, this is what I'm saying. So wait, her dating Nigerian is a negative on her record?
Because the Nigerian is a tether.
Wow. So let me ask you this question.
She's going to produce a half tether.
So you saying if it was a man of another race, that would be worse or better?
It would be worse.
So it'd be equal or worse? I mean say better. It'd be equal or worse?
Worse.
But stay dating a black person from another country is still bad?
It's like if we had to.
I don't know, man. I don't know about this. Y'all kind of going a little forward with that. A lot of homeless people have mental health issues.
Yeah, a lot of homeless people have mental health issues, and a lot of them are dope fiends.
We all got dope fiends in our family.
And some of them were homeless. In the South, you're not really homeless.
Yeah.
You just go from couch to couch.
Tent cities exist for those who desire to live that way, not as a result of homelessness. But that's true. A lot of people be campers, and they decide. You got some people.
Low key.
What?
Low key. We got to reach out to you, low key, because
let me try right now. Because I tried to. They keep blocking your comments. I'm trying to.
No, they didn't block it.
Oh, there you go. All right, Loki, you should be able to comment now, and your comment shouldn't, at least, it shouldn't be blocked at this point.
When you comment on the page.
Yeah, when you comment on our page.
Now, anywhere else you go, you shit out of luck.
Yeah.
But when you comment here, it'll show up.
Yeah, because I found out because Travis tried to comment on one of our pages, tried to comment on a page, and it just flat out.
I'm blocked too.
It just flat out just
my name out there in YouTube to not be allowed to comment on any pages.
So Loki, I don't know, bro. I think you might be. I think YouTube might got you shadow blocked in general. You might not be able to see. Nobody might not be able to see your comments, though. But let me see. Loki, I'm from I'm from that for entertainment only DNA testing. Hold on, sorry.
Oh, he said his people are black Indians.
Yeah, see? Yeah, I'm from New York, and my people are from Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland as well, and we are black Indian. Yeah, Cleveland. Matter of fact, y'all ever remember when they called the Washington Redskins? Did you ever actually look at the damn picture of the Redskin man?
And then what is Washington D.C. known as?
Chocolate City.
Chocolate City.
And the Cleveland Indians. Anyway, but yeah, a lot of those northeastern cities, a lot of those people there say they Native American.
And southeastern. From Virginia,
Carolinas, yeah.
Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia.
And Florida, obviously, Seminole, yeah. Florida, obviously, as well.
Southeast and Northeast.
So this East Coast.
So just the whole East Coast, even though because the fake Mongoloids, they've always been on the West Coast.
California and stuff, yeah.
So that's why when Negroes in California say they Indian, I'd be like, not the same type.
Most, from what I know, most people in California are from Louisiana,
Mississippi,
Alabama, places like that. Which Mississippi also is where a lot of Chicago people are from.
Yep.
Which is why they sound so Southern, but they call you Southern.
They'll say they country, but then they try to mock country. I'm like, you didn't change up your voice. That's because that's how you talk.
Yeah, Buffalo, New York. Yeah, not you taking that for entertainment only DNA testing.
Wow, honorable. Wow.
She cut your ass.
So she's saying, shit, you ain't got no Indian.
Yeah, you ain't got that shit, and you lying to yourself. You talking about your vet? All right.
Yeah, I told you.
He was right.
He know.
Yes, African dating West Africans who descended for those who sold us. It's problematic. Honorable. She always trying to. She makes sense. That is true.
How did I make sense?
Because you didn't bring up the slave trading part. See, you was lacking.
Okay, you right.
See, you weren't thinking that far.
Nah, I did not think that far, but I've said it before. I've said it before.
But you ain't said
then. You try to get me on the ropes, but today I had somebody come back, give you an uppercut.
Yeah, she got that. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If I found out, if I had a child, and they grew up and they dated someone from the Homie Kingdom who descend from that group, from the what's the name of that place, Benin, Togo. I probably would be like,
probably.
You know, I'd be itchy a little bit, like
He'd be itchy. That's symptoms of how something start off being itchy. And you get lesions on you. Lesions is like damn tethers.
Oh Lord. I want to show you this. This is an old interview that Floyd did, but it recently got a boost when somebody part a clip up of him saying something in particular. And he said this publicly before. He said this constantly the last couple of years. Let me see what you think about this comment. I don't know if you saw this. I've seen some people have disagreements with some people say
she gonna get you.
They say we are African American. And I kind of understand that when so many things have been done under that name, that when you just say now, okay, that don't. So what do you do if you say Black Americans are not African American? What do you do with the African American Museum?
You change it to Black American.
You gonna ask them to change the title to Black American?
We could demand stuff,
but you don't own it.
It don't matter. We've not owned plenty of stuff and asked for stuff to be changed, and it was changed.
You expect them to take African off and put Black?
Yeah, or whatever we want on it. It don't got to be Black.
What you want then?
Negro.
Negro. That's closest to who you really are. I mean, Negro, you can find that on any continent. Here's another one too.
Support Chinese?
Oh, that's the same thing. He just said it again. Yeah. That that brings out a little. Some people don't like to be called African American. Growing up,
I never called myself. It was Black.
Black American. Although our cousin, who growing up, we never talked politics. But recently, remember Paul, when we talked to him, and we asked him, about who he is and stuff. He was like, "I'm American." And
Yeah, black people.
I've never heard you gotta understand, we never taught politics growing up. So when I heard him say I'm American, it was like, because now I know the stuff I know now. It was like, okay,
patriotism.
It's a lot of people who probably don't know about the ADOS FBA stuff that agree with it without even knowing about it. Like if he heard this stuff, he would agree with it. Yeah, I'm American. I ain't African.
But people, they try to make you feel bad when you say I'm not African. Speaking of that, I don't want to do it, but I guess I tell the stories.
Yeah.
But we lead into this segment.
Hold on. I want y'all to hear this story that he got.
This is why I ride the metro. You coming into counter. So there's been 2 incidents on 2 Sundays in a row with black women going at it with Africans. I guess the Most High is putting a spirit on black women. Now, the first Sunday, the black woman, she was clearly intoxicated or she had some mental issues. She sat in the back with me and she was like, B, stop looking back here. And, everybody was like puzzled.
She wasn't talking to you.
Well, I wouldn't think she would say B. She was talking to, we would know she was talking to the 2 African women, one in particular.
Yeah, I'm thinking when you said the way you said it makes it sound like she was talking
No,
to
she
you.
wasn't talking to me. I said, she said looking back. How can I be looking back at her when I'm sitting across from her? I'm in the back with her.
Okay, I'm misinterpreting.
Okay. So she assumed the woman looked back there again, and she said, I would beat your ass, but I'm not trying to go to jail today. I said, everybody was like, and then the black dude, the bus driver have to be an African too. And he said, lady, what is your problem? She said, shut up and just drive the bus. Then when she got off the bus, mind you, there's a seat that's at the second door of the bus and it has like a shield.
Yeah.
She back.
Ugh.
And she spit at her 3 times, but I don't think it landed on her because the glass was there.
You saying that the black woman spit at the African woman?
The black woman spit at the African woman. And then when she got off the bus, it was 2 of them. One was heavy set. She said, what is your problem? Try it now. And then, of course, the black woman said, bitch, I'm going on about my day. I ain't got time for y'all hoes. She called them nappy-headed hoes.
Well, that's not a derogatory term.
But the second week, it was not the black woman's fault. There was an older black lady. She was just trying to get on the bus with her wheelchair. Mind you, there was already a black man that had a huge wheelchair that was taking up the aisle.
Yeah.
The African bus driver should have never let her get on the bus.
Yeah.
She got all the way on the bus because she couldn't turn around.
It was not enough space.
It was not enough space.
He should have known it was enough
space. He should have known it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I have to make it. I got to get on the link right. Well, why would you have me get on there? Okay. So she got off and she said, where country are you from? Where are you from? Then he told her. She said, you African booty scratcher. Booty scratcher. And I was like, I ain't never heard a black American call a African a booty scratcher. That was the first time I've ever witnessed that.
Yeah.
So black Americans do be out here calling African booty scratchers. Sorry, black women, I had to tell on you. There I'm go snitching again.
Yeah, see? Snitching again. Look at the old Washington Redskins logo, the logo. Yeah, I told you. How the hell is the name of the team Redskin, but the character is black as hell?
Yeah.
Jamaicans American, half caste. Is Floyd Jamaican American? I mean, you had this debate.
I said this the other day.
His mother's father is Jamaican, but his mother's mother is Jamaican. I mean, American. And
what did I say when you told me he was Jamaican? What did I say?
He's like one. What is he like? If you had to put a percentage on, it's not a percentage because they're not a different race, are they?
They're a different ethnicity,
but they're not a different race. So he probably be like, what would that be?
Well, not all Jamaicans are black though. You know that, right?
No, his. If I'm not mistaken, his mother's father was Jamaican.
Not all Jamaicans are black. Some of them are Indian. Some are Chinese.
Looking at them, he's black.
Yeah, we're saying we know he's black, but we can't categorize Jamaica as a whole as a black country because there are different ethnics. There are different races in Jamaica.
It's 70% black.
Okay, but there are different races in Jamaica.
Is America a white country?
For now, it is.
But Jamaica's not a black country.
Well, no, no. You caught me up. You did a good job.
Good job,
You did a real
baby.
good job.
Y'all give me a high five in the chat. Got him.
America is a majority white country. However, they have different races in America.
Is it a white country?
So we can't say Americans are black.
Is America a white country?
I'm gonna say no. It's not a white country now.
All right, you can stand on it then. You got it. But yeah, his mother's father is Jamaican, but his mother's mother is American.
She's right.
His father is American.
When I found out he was Jamaican, I immediately called him a half tether.
Jamaican.
He's a half tether.
His mother's father is Jamaican.
He descends from a line of Jamaicans as well.
No, one.
So he does not get to deny that ancestry. So he can actually fight for Caricon, and he can double dip.
Let's listen to what she said. I am African American. It pays respect to the journey of my ancestors. We can't stop melanated people from calling themselves Black Americans. It's a dummy mission and distracting. Okay. There's nothing wrong with saying we're not Africans. A lot of people latching on to us, but the exiled indigenous people should not be ignored because the two can be dangerous. That's true. Floyd is giving dual allegiance. He's Jamaican. You are your mother's child, period. Oh, period.
Low-key said, got him. He talking about me?
Yeah. You are your mother's child culturally. Yes. I have to say yeah.
Why you agree with that?
Because your mother is the culture.
Your mother is.
But your line is from your father. I disagree, Honorable Sienna. Your line comes from your father, but your culture is your mother. Floyd's mother was African American, has an African American mother, so his mother taught his African Americanness or culture given to him.
That's why it says when you were with a woman, it should be when you with the man, you take on his. You're supposed to take on his.
You're supposed to, yeah. That's what
but
happens.
most of the time you take on the woman's religion, cultures, and beliefs.
And certain men who are not strong in their culture, yeah, they take on the culture and the beliefs of the women. But naturally, the woman gets the culture from the man, and the woman teaches it to the children, and the rest of the community gets it from their mother, obviously.
But when you dabble outside of your culture,
you're not going into their culture. Yeah,
everyone has failed in the Bible. They all ventured out into other cultures.
Running on the floor laughing. All right, next, let me go ahead and move on. Philly District Attorney says indictments are coming to Philly rap group Zoo Gang, YBC, O&FO, PNB, and more. Over 1,400 people have been shot in Philly this year. Nearly 400 dead, more than LA and New York combined.
Do you have a problem with them indicting gangs?
No.
Get them.
No, I don't.
And if somebody try to say, well, is the government finally realizing that black people sell drugs to fund their rap career? And I was like, so you're going to harm your community in order for you to make it into a wicked ass industry.
No. What he said was, are they realizing that a lot of black people was using drug dealers to fund their career?
So they're trying to stop them.
Was it Aretha Franklin?
Here you go, bashing Aretha.
No, not. I'm saying a lot of those artists came from drug dealers funding their career. 50 Cent, Ja Rule, a lot of all those rappers and singers, they came from a drug dealer funding their career. Hell, Suge Knight was backed by a lot of gangs. It was street niggas backing them back then. Why you think what's the dude out of Texas?
I know who you talking about.
What's his name?
Which one?
The one who was in with the show 50 Cent making. Good mercy. At least you can wish me luck. BMF. Dude who's associated with BMF, who's now a manager, I guess, of rappers and boxers, and he's a manager of athletes and entertainers.
Okay.
He's a street nigga. That's why he got backing.
Oh, he the dude that you gotta go through to get through anything in Hollywood. The black part.
A lot of people have to go through him, but a lot of people end up having to get away from him because he into some shit, obviously. So I forgot the boxer it was. They had to use Bob Arum to get away from him. I forgot. Anyway, but yeah, these they call themselves groups, gangs, in hip hop. We saw it with YSL, with Young Thug and them. If you pay attention, they've literally told you that gang members in the United States are not considered terrorists. This is obviously
but the problem is they're not even trying to hide it no more. They're literally calling it. We're in a dummy era.
Speaking of dummy missions, this is what they send themselves on.
They're so stupid that they can't even try to code it now. They just come out and tell you it's a gang.
Because clout. the internet has completely desensitized people, and it's a little bit of the average. Now I gotta say black people because hip hop, if we say it's ours, we're gonna talk about that later.
Is hip hop black still?
I was gonna say that is hip hop black culture. Is our culture really gang? Like, you shouldn't support this type of stuff going on. And look at the numbers. And you see these people, and I saw somebody in the comment section, they trying to be like Chirac. And it's like, you're proud of being the worst place to live?
And they're proud of it. Yeah.
Like, come on, man. But yeah, look, if you ain't in a gang, if you're not shouting out a gang on your music, you won't have to worry about this. How about keeping that behind the scenes again? How about before we even eradicate it, let's go in baby steps. Don't shout it out in a song that get millions of views on the internet. How about that? Let's start there, and then we'll take baby steps.
Shameless.
John, I can't say that last name, slams James Franco casting as Fidel Castro. He ain't Latino.
Legismo?
Yeah, how is this going on? Colombian.
He's Colombian. How can you can't call this Hungarian Polish man out when you are Colombian. You're not Cuban, so you don't get to talk for Cubans.
But he said he's Latino. So he's allowed to speak up, I guess.
He's allowed to, okay. So he's speaking up for another
demographic.
Ethnicity.
That's a nationality, Cuban. It's Cuban.
It's an ethnicity.
So Cuban is an ethnicity.
It's a nationality, ethnicity.
Okay.
Not a race.
Wasn't Fidel Castro Italian?
I believe so.
I read somewhere that he was Italian himself. Or maybe he was Italian.
And Franco, actually, James Franco looked like him.
Fidel Castro's daughter came out and defended it. Said, yeah, he should play. It's okay.
Because Fidel Castro was probably a white man. He was a white Cuban.
Well, remember, the dude Trudeau up in Canada.
It's supposed to be his father.
His love child.
Allegedly. So he probably was like, yeah, James Franco is a great
addition to the cast. Yeah, I love him.
I mean, he looked like him to me.
He do. More Americans want fewer immigrants in U.S. first time since 2014 poll.
Yeah, they calling people African booty scratchers and threatening to whoop their ass.
A plurality of Americans believe the level of immigration to the U.S. should be decreased. I'm sorry. And the Gallup poll, first time the survey has been shown that in 8 years. Damn.
Are they talking about the influx of all these border immigrants coming in?
Well, see, that's what we're about to get to right here because,
mind you, sorry.
Go ahead.
You remember I showed you the story? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to go to. Hundreds of Haitian and Cuban migrants in custody after landing near Florida coast.
But let's see what they talk about in the article.
Hundreds of Haitian and Cuban migrants are using 16 different vessels were taken into custody after making landfall or reaching the U.S. coast off Florida from Friday to Saturday, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol said. In one dramatic incident, more than 300 migrants from Haiti were rescued after the sailboat they were on grounded near the Florida Keys Saturday afternoon. The U.S. Coast Guard tweeted photos of the video that showed the boat full of people, many in orange life vests. So that means somebody gave them life vests, right?
Yeah.
So who gave them anyway?
Question. Oh.
Go ahead.
You done reading the article?
Yeah, the U.S. West Coast, some had jumped from the boat and were rescued in the water. They still on the boat, water transferred to CBP also gained custody of 150 Cuban migrants that made landfall. CBP Assistant Chief Patrol Agent Adam Hoffner told CNN. So 300 Haitians, 330 Haitians, and 150 Cubans.
So they immediately separated them, asked who was Haitian and who was Cuban.
Immediately. So they know who they're going to let in and who they're going to kick out.
Yeah, so the 330 Haitian migrants going back, and they will accept.
Remember, there's a huge Cuban population in Florida. And they are very conservative. So they're going to let them stay because it helps Ron DeSantis. So he'll let them stay. But he's going to send them Haitians.
More Democrats in the state of Florida. We don't need that here. They're already moving down here.
Dominican moms.
Now I want to show this video. This is a video I saw. This is a Dominican mother with her Dominican daughters. So that'd be the grandmother and her daughter. And she's reacting to her giving another doll, a darker doll to her.
Well, we've talked about this, how in South America.
In Dominican country, obviously, too.
Dominica, I thought there was. We talked about how they want you to date every time you post a date white, so you light and the race up back to
the race is what they call it.
Yep.
Let me show
The
you.
women mainly.
Dominican moms be like,
No.
las dos muñecas lindas de
voy a
Ori.
buscar las que están allí.
¿Y cuál las que están allí?
Las que yo tengo allí guardadas.
¿Y cuáles son esas? Estas son las de ella,
Espérate, yo le voy a
que se
buscar.
parecen a ella.
Mire,
This is the doll that I got her.
Mira la cara, mira cómo ella los cachetes, mira.
Ella no le gusta esa muñeca.
Let me ask this question to you. If that's your daughter and that's your mother, do you keep your daughter away from your mother right here?
Yes, you do.
I think you may let her see the child and visit a little bit, but I don't think you let her spend the night and be babysat, because this is very toxic and detrimental to the child.
Oh, she gonna tell the child her whole life. You gotta date a white
person. Yeah, you gotta like
a white Spanish person. She bring home a black. No.
Yeah, because somebody who speaks Spanish in the chat said that she was saying that the baby doll's cheeks are like hers, red.
Her cheeks.
She has red cheeks like her. I'm like, Lord.
Okay.
This is sad.
It won't sad.
It was how you would think in America, being in the belly of the beast, that we would be this far gone,
and we not.
And we got some shit we dealing with. We ain't this far gone.
You know, we not out here looking ashy.
To my cake, so
these quote unquote blacks you see bleaching their skin are Caribbean blacks and West African blacks.
Why South Africa is closing its doors to migrants it once welcomed. This is a continuing story. South Africa, they've kind of joined in with the Black Americans and the idea of being separate, but not racially, but just.
Well, they are cousins. They understand.
But right now, they're trying to get the Zimbabwe.
They definitely,
Zambia, whichever one. I can't think which one.
They should definitely not let their other cousins in. The Congo men, do not let the Congo men into South Africa, because they gonna steal your girl.
That's what the South African women said. That video was sad.
It was very sad.
Video of someone asking South African women their ideas on South African men, and that video they were at the bottom. Crazy about them.
They were at the bottom.
That was crazy. And we see some shit, but that was crazy.
The South African women were pretty much like, we got all this ass, and we got to go tonight to the Congo to,
yeah, but they're trying to get
Congo.
They're trying to get rid of the Zambians or them, and they're trying to get rid of the Nigerians out of the country.
Oh, the Nigerians too.
Yeah, both.
The scammers.
They sending that. It is what it is. They policies going on over there. Some are saying that violence is coming out because of it. The Nigerians are saying that they're being attacked because they're Nigerian. The South Africans say they're lying, that they're bringing crime to their country.
And I believe it.
Are you surprised that this is just now happening?
I'm not shocked. I mean, they don't like. When we say Africa, we put them in a hole as a country, and they're like, no, we're a continent that happens to have countries in it.
But don't this kind of get rid of the idea of Pan-Africanism?
Yes, it does. And you won't see no Pan-Africanists on Twitter. Oh, you did? You saw it?
About South Africa. They couldn't talk about South Africa.
Oh,
because they tied them in with the FBA ADOS thing.
Okay.
They mixed those two and say they're the same thing. They're xenophobic, and it's like, well, the other group of people that had to stay in the belly of the beast for a little while, they had the same mindset. It's like,
yeah, because they were what did they go?
Yeah.
Apartheid.
So they
had
to deal with these demons too. So
they got Africans, South Africans, colored, and South Afrikaans.
Yeah, I want to show this. This was just strange to me. Inaugural African American Irish Diaspora Awards Gala.
See, this is when we talked about this.
Look, man,
the wonderful breakdown.
Listen. If y'all have some time one of these days throughout the week, if you haven't, please go watch our breakdown of the movie Black Knight. We didn't really talk about the movie Black Knight. We'll break it down to real historical facts in that breakdown. I went back and listened to like a 2 minutes of it because I wanted to get something out of it. We went through a lot of stuff.
Y'all, yeah.
In those videos.
You have to ask,
Part 1 and 2, yeah.
What is the connection between African Americans and Irish?
Well, here they say that the African American Irish Diaspora Network will hold its inaugural Diaspora Leadership Awards Gala on Thursday, September 29th at 6:30 p.m. at Manhattan Manor in New York City. The event, according to release, will honor 4 leaders of international stature in the spheres of social justice, scholarship, business leadership, and advocacy. The 4 are, they named the 4 people that are going to be given awards to, and they said who will receive, da-da-da. The event is co-chaired by 2 leading members of the Irish American community, Miriam Nyhan Gray, founder of New York University's Black, Brown, and Green Voices program.
Who's green?
Man, go listen. I'm telling y'all, go listen to that video of us breaking down.
So the
Dark Knight,
the Irish, the Black Irish people in Ireland, what do they call themselves? Blue.
During the Black Lives Matter protests in Ireland, they didn't say Black Lives Matter. They said Blue Lives Matter, and people got confused.
They're not talking about police.
They weren't talking about police. In Ireland, black people are referred to as blue or green.
Green. That's why it said.
So when you
the black, brown, and green.
So when you look at a lot of these characters, when you see the Green Man and all this other stuff,
Avatar,
the Blue Man,
the movie Avatar.
Like, you know how they said the movie Avatar was about native people?
It was.
They had blue skin. They were black. But that's
Negroes.
But yeah, Negro. Black, Brown, and Green Voices. Keith L.T. Wright, Director of Strategic Planning. David Off Hutcher and Citron LLPC. Launched in 2020, the African American Irish Diaspora Network is a 501c3 organization whose mission is to foster relationships between African American and Ireland based on shared heritage and culture.
Yeah, because that's why when he was just talking about how not all black people are here or indigenous. Some of us come from West Africa. Some of us come from different parts of Europe.
And there's just some reason that's to some people that's
we're from three different groups here that just so happen to intermix and we become one group.
The reason why black people have their English, Scottish, Irish, German names,
slave master, right?
Yeah, everybody say, "Oh, slave master." Think about it for a second. Just for a second, you're a slave. The Emancipation Proclamation comes. You're free. They give you a chance to pick your own name, and you choose the name of a slave owner. Like, come on,
you choose an Irish last name, McDougal.
This is the disrespect they have towards you. Where they think you would take on that as a pride. Most niggas got their name because it's their name. That's just what it is. That's their name.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that nobody ever got the last name of a slave. But matter of fact, a lot of slaves didn't have last names. They went by one name. They didn't have a last name.
Lily Mae.
Yeah, they went by one name. Emily. Whatever. They didn't have a last name.
John.
They'll tell you, they gave them the last name so people would know that you're their property. That's not how that went. But anyway. Funds from the whatever gala will support scholarships to Ireland and historically black colleges and universities, as well as supporting activities to amplify entrepreneurship, development, and artistic and cultural collaboration between Irish and African American artists, which is hilarious because the Irish ain't known for being niggas' friends in America.
Nope.
They known
go to Boston.
Be very happy to become police
officers. That's a Monday.
Oh yeah, call you Mondays.
But you know, in Ireland, they keep it real. They like to bounce heads off the ground.
I'm gonna show this quick video.
Conor McGregor.
There was an article I did. There was an article I had in that video where we talked about history of black people throughout the world. And that article I couldn't find it.
Irish for black people is Dini Gorham. Why?
So I only got this video here. Let me just play this real quick.
Black people is Dini Gorham. Why? Gorham means blue. This is a really good segue into why Blue Lives Matter makes no sense in Irish. There was a meme that went around Irish Twitter a couple of years ago of a white police officer in America who's obviously got Irish heritage, who's wearing a Blue Lives Matter t-shirt but translated it into Irish. It was very poorly translated. It had Gorham for blue, it had Coney for live.
I'm pretty sure the name of the language is Gaelic, something like that. Gaelic, I think it is.
Lives instead of lives. And it had aber for matter, as in the substance matter, like a scientific matter. If you're going to translate the concept of a blue life into Irish and you use Gorham, then you are referring to Black lives. So in Irish, if someone tries to say Blue Lives Matter, it still means Black Lives Matter.
Go watch the. If you haven't watched it, I'm telling you.
Back in the mid times, we were known as green, and blue.
Exactly.
That's why in a lot of movies you see
green and blue.
Like in the movie with what's his name, Jordan Peele. He had all the black people in green. Besides the black lady. Yeah. That played that the grandmother was inside of. Yeah. She was the only one that wasn't in green. But the what's his name? Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah.
The other black Gerard, the black dude.
Yeah, I think some Michael.
The living single, what's her name? Erica. Yeah. All of them, all the black people, the other dude from the one that was the friend. Yeah. That was with the white woman. All of them was dressed in green. He was trying to tell you something in the movie.
Yeah, U.S. University dedicates memorial to honor slain St. Lucia native Botham Jean. I only want one sentence out of this. You haven't seen this at all. I'm sure, I remember seeing, I saw her retweet this on the timeline. That's how I found
That's the one we accused that wanted to be with the police officer?
Yeah, but listen to this. In addition to a monument, 2 scholarships were established in 2019 and are given annually in the memory of John. The Botham Jean Memorial, created by John's parents, is given to students who have lived in the Caribbean.
Wow. So black people was out here doing all that protesting for Botham John's ass, and they only giving it out to Caribbean people. See, this is divisive.
They said a Caribbean person and a person who they had another definition for who can get it. It wasn't necessarily a person who's Caribbean, but somebody said it's gonna be somebody who's not black from the Caribbeans that get it in.
An Indian, an Indo Jamaican gonna end up getting it.
When I saw that, I said, "Damn!"
And no shame.
Like it was niggas out here that was
protesting for him. And your brother, meanwhile, your brother in the courtroom lusting over the woman that killed you, he wanted her to take her out of here and take her to a hotel and lay up with her. By the way,
everybody saw the energy.
Everybody saw the energy that your brother was putting on the stand. I know that he had to be rolling in his grave. If I can get my hands on that nigga.
All right. Oh, that's cold, boy.
See, we can't be that cold.
I'm talking about him rolling the grave. He trying to get with his the woman who killed his damn brother.
Yeah.
But the other part cold too. A scholarship is for somebody who lived in the Caribbean. They couldn't say black person in the Caribbean because they would have said it was not allowed. But they had to say someone who's just got to be Caribbean, which means it is what it is. But this is one you showed me.
I got that from Yvette.
Mina.
I got it from the man that called in and brought this up in her phone segment.
The Middle East and North Africa is a diverse region affected by economic and political transformation, but with the potential to more and better growth. It benefits the privileged geographic locations with access to large markets, a young and increasingly educated population, and comparative advantage in several sectors such as manufacturing, renewable energies, and tourism. Mina, Middle Eastern and North African, that's now going to be a designation?
That's another minority group that's meant to counter Black Americans.
So Middle Eastern, they don't want to be called Middle Eastern no more?
No, they view themselves as a different.
North Africans are African, ain't they?
They're saying that that's French Montana, by the way. Yeah. They're saying that when they no longer want to be classified as white. They want to be a minority because whiteness has fallen. It's no benefit to really being white anymore. It's more beneficial to be a minority or a person of color because they label themselves as brown as well. The Middle Eastern people call themselves brown as well.
Yeah.
Asian people call themselves yellow. They elevated it to gold. They some arrogant people, but
how's that arrogant?
That's arrogant.
How?
They ain't gold.
You don't think we diamond as well?
We
would call.
We're off the charts.
So it's not arrogant for us.
It's not arrogant for us because we've been chosen. They have not been chosen.
You can feel how you feel about your race. If you want to say y'all the greatest ever, say
the Bible describes them as
it don't matter what.
Nothing.
It has to do with what they think about themselves.
Not even a drop of water.
Egyptian startup Corporate raises $3 million, caters to e-commerce brands in MENA and Latin America. The brown people getting with the brown people.
Because you know why? The people in the Middle East are mixed people. Just like
the people in
the people in South America, in Central America, they are mixed people.
Here's another crazy case. Nicole Lorraine Litton faces up to 6 counts of murder after killing 6 people in a fiery Los Angeles crash. She was involved in 13 previous crashes.
This guy, MK.
No.
Okay.
Just pause for a second. So I realized when I saw this case, and also, this is going to seem like a weird change of topic. The movie Prey. I couldn't enjoy that movie because I came into that movie looking for an agenda and I found it. I went on the internet and I see all these people love that movie.
It was terrible.
And to me, it was terrible.
It was terrible.
Because I guess you say I found what I was looking for, right? The same thing with this. I can't look at this case as what it is, which is a tragic situation of a woman who clearly needs mental help. Because I see too much.
There's too many numbers.
I am a conspiracy theorist now because I see this and I go...
Faces 6 counts of murder, killing 6 people, 13 previous car crashes. Come on.
So this woman got on the road, drove 90 miles per hour, and crashed into an intersection, which led to 6 people dying. She had 13 prior car crashes. Somehow she was still able to get insurance and a license. Now, the first story, they said that she was drunk. Matter of fact, they said there was a witness who apparently was a friend of hers, or at least an associate, who said they were drinking with them earlier before she did this. That came back. There was no alcohol in her system. Then it said she did it because she just lost a love interest. She broke up with a boyfriend or something, and that's why she was emotional when she did this. If y'all see that car crash, and the fact that she lived with what would seem like minimal scratches,
she was not in the car.
I don't know about all that. I'm not gonna go that far, but this is a very strange case. It might just be a woman who has mental health problems. She did something random,
or it might just be a woman playing a role.
She did something random and it led to tragic loss. It is what it is. I'm not gonna stick on it no more. I'm definitely gonna pay attention to this one. I'm showing this to let you know I'm gonna be paying attention to this one for the next month or so.
Shout out. I mean, at least she's wearing her naturally beautiful hairs.
Here you go with this bullshit.
Something positive. But she definitely is a...
Watch Lee Summit Water Park accused of being racist after Kansas City families denied entry into Summit Waves racism video goes.
I don't even know why we talking about this. You know, stop going... And some people will say, well, they're American. They're allowed to go wherever they want to go. They can spend their money wherever they want to spend their money. They have a right to go to these places. Stop spending your money at white businesses. Create your own water parks.
Very much cancel on a kid's birthday party, a private party, because of
you're not comfortable.
Because you're not comfortable with what are you uncomfortable with?
Because we're black. Because we're black. Because we're black. Because we're black. Because we're black.
Why? The second she says she's uncomfortable, she wants you to leave.
Give my money back.
Should have give my money back. And you should.
Now,
if you're gonna go to the end, you should have said, "Hey, this place right here, we don't deal with this place. They don't want to work with black people. Don't go there. Move and just leave."
And they're on YouTube. They're YouTube creators, right?
Yeah, he's a YouTuber.
So you guys are making all this money.
Platform.
Become entrepreneurs, and make your own water park. Why not make your own water park?
I won't go that far.
Why not go that far?
What I'm saying is, you can't. He might just want to go there one time. That don't mean he want to own a water park.
Well, it's not necessarily for you going there for one time. It's about you having a place where your people can go to a place they're not going to be discriminated because they're black.
I would just say use this platform to promote one that he want to work with.
No, don't go to anyone that's white. That's white owned. White.
I meant black.
Do you know any black water parks?
You can look.
Okay.
If it's not one, just say it don't work with this one.
So where they gonna go?
Hey, you go where you want to go. Buy a pool at your house. Go that way. This is almost the same thing as the kids at the was it Sesame? What they call it?
Sesame Street.
No, Sesame's Place. Sesame's whatever it's called. Where the character was walking past the black little girls, and it was like, don't go there.
You shouldn't be wanting random people
grabbing
touching and hugging on your kids. No way. All this shit going around. Shit gets on clothes too. And surfaces. You shouldn't want nobody touching your kids. You should even have them in a space where they're surrounded by a lot of people.
We rented.
That's a full video here. I'm gonna go right here. All right, staff allegedly took down Escambia County teacher poster over black heroes. He quit. So I'm not gonna read this. This white guy here had a poster of Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Colin Powell, and George Washington Carver on his classroom walls. And in Florida, another administrator came in and took it off the wall because it said it's not age appropriate.
Well, that goes into Governor DeSantis is not wanting
critical race theory. This is how this goes. Now, the white guy said, the reason why I wanted these people on the wall is the majority of my class is black. I want to put somebody on the wall that can inspire them that looks like them. But it kind of tells you a lot when DeSantis them is more worried about those white students who got to look at somebody that don't look like them.
Because they want them to have pride.
And they should. The thing is, get out of their schools.
Exactly.
Like the onus is on us.
They want they want everybody to be a blank canvas, start over. Nobody knows what happened in the past.
Yeah.
And just move forward. Yeah. And that's never going to happen.
I wonder if he had a wall full of white people, they would have no problem with it.
Well, no, those are the founding fathers. We have to have them on the wall.
So having Martin Luther King on the wall. Now, keep in mind, he might be lying about what was on that wall. I don't know. Him saying that a poster of 5 black people was on the wall. It's like that means you took it down because it's not age appropriate.
I believe it.
For black kids in here.
It don't matter. He's very serious. The state of Texas and the state of Florida is very serious about what's the name of that? Critical race theory. They're very serious about that.
Shit crazy, bro. Outlandish even. I mean, it comes from a woman. She's a single mother. American slavery was determined by a black woman, not the man. American slavery was determined by the black woman, not the black man. What do you mean by that?
Can you elaborate more on that?
We didn't read that comment when you first said it.
Mainly comes from the woman if she is a single mother.
Death Row Records. A lot of lawyers and doctors low key fund it and make money off both ends of the stick. Yeah. Part of the doctrine passing law 1662, the Virginia colony established that children were born into social status of their mother.
Well, that was
the
that's what Europeans have set the standard of.
Well, yeah, Europeans did that to set. When she's saying that they are the standard of American slavery, then
yeah, that makes sense. You don't need to elaborate on that. We saw the second comment.
Yeah, so
and then
Jay Prince. That's the name, Jay Prince. Yeah, Jay Prince is the one who robbing these people. Especially Death Row was funded by a major drug dealer that lost in. Yeah, definitely. The black godfather whose wife was killed recently.
Maranjo.
I know who you're talking about. That's not who I was talking about, but yeah, him too. Black godfather who we didn't know this dude until Netflix did a documentary on him. All of a sudden we realized he's the most influential man in the industry. He knew everybody.
She said his wife was recently killed.
Yeah, his wife was killed in a robbery attempt, I think. And it was like, what?
He's still alive?
So he's still alive. Like this man who knows everybody, all these connections, so powerful. Somebody was able to try to rob him.
He sacrificed her.
It's the industry is wicked, man.
Was she black or white?
We own. Exactly. Mahora LaRaza, they white, yeah.
Support.
Support to South Africa. Yeah. You mentioned Yvette. I don't go watch her videos. I got the Patreon, but it's frustrating that nothing is actually being done, just talking.
Yeah, I am not a
Patreon member.
I'm not a Patreon member of Yvette. I don't watch her like that. I just happened to see that she was talking about John, and I didn't have nothing else to watch on my way home, so I wanted to get some insight on kind of how she felt and some of the people felt about John, because I know she would have some good talking points about it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to show this next video since it pertained to schools. This went another video that's pretty old. It's an old study.
And by the way, we didn't even know she was on Patreon. She just disappeared.
I didn't know she was on.
Is Tone on Patreon too? That's why he disappeared?
Maybe so.
Okay.
He went last time I checked, he went
2 or 3 months without putting up videos. So he must have done
went to Patreon as well, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that's cold talk, ain't it?
What you mean cold talk?
You leave off you go and you have Patreon so that you're able to say what you want to say and not worry about,
What did they say anything controversial?
I don't have I'm not on their Patreon. I wouldn't know.
From what you've seen, did they say anything controversial?
From what you've seen, did they say anything controversial?
They talk about reparations and stuff.
I mean, they ain't like they talking about taking out the government. And
although if they monetize, YouTube will demonetize you. They will limit your monetization based off of you talking about reparations and struggle of black people. It's crazy.
Well, I remember she kept saying they was messing with her internet.
Maybe that's
every time she went on.
Internet, monetization.
That was the monetization of the internet. Every time you got to try to go live, the internet start messing up. That happened a couple times with us.
The internet?
The internet.
It happened once.
It happened 3 times.
I don't know, man. All right, let me show this real quick.
Researchers at Yale showed teachers this video clip of 4 preschool students. Their instructions: look for misbehavior and click when you see it. The study was kind of deceptive. None of the kids in the video actually misbehaved. The researchers were using eye tracking software. What they actually wanted to study was who the teachers were watching. Both black and white teachers spent significantly more time watching the black boy in the video. This study showed that even preschool teachers can treat kids differently based on their race without even realizing it. Look elsewhere in the US school system, and you'll see this show up in other ways, like at this middle school in Bryan, Texas. They gave students tickets for offenses like disrupting class or using profanity. Black students were 4 times more likely than white students to receive those tickets. Nationwide, black boys miss way more school due to suspensions than any other group. And this can start a kind of chain reaction. Missing weeks of school due to suspensions makes students much more likely to drop out. Without a diploma, you're much less likely to earn a living wage and much more likely to be incarcerated. All this missing school is helping to drive the highest poverty and incarceration rates in the developed world. So it's worth asking, how'd we get here?
Bitch said, how we get here? We been. What you talking about?
So there's a lot of black homeless men here in Seattle.
What's sad is the little boy is automatically seen as mischievous. He's doing something. We need to watch him. Can you imagine the extra attention when you're? Imagine being one of the few black kids in the classroom, let alone being in the all black classroom. That kind of probably makes it. That probably negates it a little bit if everybody's black.
Black people tend to be more hyper though.
That's my point. If you're in a classroom full of black kids, it probably negates this study a little bit. But if you're in a classroom where it's like 20 students and 4 or 5 are black, I can't imagine.
That's why when you're black, but let's be specific, black male, they'll try to put you in a slow class.
Oh yeah.
You can't be too hyper.
Yeah, something wrong with you.
And you can't be too quiet either.
They're quickly to tell your parents to give you some pills to do something with you.
You have to walk a fine line and be balanced.
What they call both those behaviors you named were called antisocial behavior.
Yeah.
Too hyper or not talkative, that's antisocial. Something's wrong. We need to put him in a special class so we can learn his problems, which just means we're gonna sit in here, feed him all day, let him play with some puzzles.
Well, no, they still teach them. They say they isolate them because
they
distract easily, and they do better when they're in isolation from other kids.
Maybe they just learn differently.
Yeah, that could be it, because you sitting in a class and you about to take your test and you notice a couple people getting up and leaving out of the room.
It's gonna be like, oh, they gotta go to slow class.
But the people, they're actually getting, to be able to go off and be able to concentrate and not have a set time to take a test, and you get done, you get done. That's kind of a perk in a way.
It's not a perk at all.
It's a downfall when the kids say, "Oh, you slow. That's why you gotta leave."
Now you get singled out.
Yeah, that's how they treated them though.
The study also asked teachers to complete a second task, read a vinaigrette about a student misbehaving in class, then rate the severity of misbehavior. What?
Oh, and we didn't even go into the fact that North Carolina has the hardest math
Yeah.
They have different math technique from everybody.
I remember when I first moved up here, and the way they did math was so different.
It was easy.
It was like, that's it. But what they do, you have to
check.
Like
you got to check your.
What do you call it? Show your work. How they
show your work.
Show your work.
You have to solve it and then go back and show
how you did it.
How you did it to prove that, and it should balance off and check at the end.
Yeah, the education system in North Carolina is way different than Washington.
Like here, a 60 is a D.
It's a D.
A 60 in North Carolina is anything below a 70 is a F.
Well, they changed to a 69, but 70 pretty much, yeah.
But when I was in school, it was 70.
It was
and
60,
anything under 70 was a F.
Yeah, if you're a 60, it's a D.
And if you graduate with a 2.4, you seen as, he didn't do too well in school. He's slow. That boy's slow.
The study of then the rate of severity of misbehavior and decided whether the misbehavior warranted suspension, expulsion, or neither. Researchers told some of the teachers that the child's name was Deshaun or Latoya, stereotypical black names. Others heard the child's name as Jake or Emily, stereotypical white names. Again, researchers found that teacher response differed by race. White teachers were more lenient on children they perceived as black, while black teachers were harsher. Well, that's clearly because the teachers know this was a study, so the white teachers did want to seem less racist. And it's also that liberal thinking of, they did the best they could. So even if you fail, if you're black, to them, you can't help it. You're a loser, so you're automatically going to fail.
No child left behind.
Yeah, so they grade you on a scale with lower standards. While the black teachers was like, they was on it, like they corrected as probably as it should be, maybe.
And if you have a black teacher and you black, you're not sitting in the back of the classroom.
Get up here.
We gonna sit you right here in the front.
First day.
It's the first day.
She don't even know who the bad kids or the good kids.
No, it was a male black teacher in 11th grade before the white student got him up out of here. He had already said to me, nope.
He already
no,
knew.
Sir, you're not sitting in the back. You sit right here in the center in the first row where everybody can look at you.
Michelle Obama's brother says her kids were disenrolled from the school as retaliation for parents bringing up concern of bias.
I did not know he had a snow bunny as a
I
wife.
didn't know Michelle Obama's brother was married to a Caucasian woman.
Obama's so envious too. He's like, I had to do all.
Michelle Obama.
I know her brother.
Oh, you saying yeah, because Obama being jealous.
Obama was like, I had to give up my white woman to be run for president one day because I knew I was gonna have to have
these nigglets.
Have a black person on my arm.
Oh, he.
Obama said, shit. Sacrifices have to be made.
Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, I want to show this right here now. Let me go. She was black, I think.
Who was black?
No, it's her show. Tony not there. We want people to stop stealing her ideas, basically. Oh no, just your bet.
Okay.
And she said she want people to stop stealing her ideas, like you did, like you've been doing the whole show. You come here taking a talking point.
I'm not stealing her ideas.
Oh, you giving her credit for it, at least.
I've given her credit for it. I don't take people's ideas.
You really been talking about the callers.
Huh?
You really been talking about what the callers
I ain't really said nothing. I said
what the
callers say. People are very informative. They live in different areas around the country, and they can incite you on what's going on.
I didn't like the study. It mentioned ethnicity matter, and black men went on a push to black women target black boys. I saw it as teachers. Like I said, I even said when they showed the study of white Caucasian women showing more lenience, that really was because it's a study and they want to seem less racist. And also, like I said, that liberal thinking of black boys are going to fail anyway.
Well, let's just be honest. There are more black female teachers than there are black male teachers.
Yeah. Oh, let me get to that point. In the study, when it said teachers, let's be honest, it was mainly women on both sides, the white and the black.
Well, women typically
are teachers.
Out of the races, it's gonna be the black woman. I've only had one male black teacher. I'm not talking about gymnastics. Doing PE. PE, of course, they were all black men. But as far as a teacher, it was I only had one black teacher, and the white girl got him up out of here.
He moved.
What happened? Hold on. Wait.
He moved even lower, replacing a white girl with a black girl. She's talking about George. Did I miss something?
I missed the part where I be lying. Where,
Yeah, he said you be lying and snitching.
What would I be lying about? The liar is sitting on the other side of me, by the way.
How would I be lying?
What, George? Hold on, George. What lie have you caught me in?
How you gonna try to throw me like I'm a liar?
Because you be telling lies.
Why I lie?
I don't have time to go down the list.
I'm lying. What I
Because
lie
we
about?
already over 2 hours in this. You want me to spend another 2 hours telling the lies?
All right, man.
Now snitching.
Stacey Abrams, if black men vote for me, I will win Georgia. So basically what she's really saying is
I'ma lose.
If I lose, it's black men's fault.
She gonna lose. Because I'm telling you, if I was in Georgia, I damn sure wouldn't be voting for her.
Yeah, in a way. It's funny how people just ignore that she did take money from what's his name, Bloomberg, to push him.
Yeah, she did.
She took was it $1 million? And it's just like, yep, nothing happened here. I just did it for the money. So
Is he trying to say I'll be lying about my stories?
I guess. Oh, you said you lying about African booty?
You know what? I'm gonna start recording stuff.
I told you record it. They're not gonna believe the crazy shit you see.
Damn, just flat out. I'm out here telling lies.
George said when they can't entertain, they start telling lies.
Well, when they can't believe you, they start saying you're lying.
All right, let me show you this real quick.
To actually be out here to actually see the results of what's going on in this recession. And trust me, it is a recession because it is hard for us right now.
So what would you say to Joe Biden, who says we're not really in a recession?
You need to do your homework. Yeah. It's real bad out here. It's easy to say it from the comfort of where you at right now. You know, you don't have to go through what we're going through. So it's easy to say that.
Are you happy with Joe Biden as president?
No, I'm not.
No? You think he's doing a good job, bad job?
He sucked. He ain't doing shit.
Get Joe Biden out of office?
Get him out. Get his ass out. Get him out, coach.
What do you think about the Biden administration redefining the term recession?
That doesn't sound like a recession to me.
This is the worst recession we've been in. To be honest, we've never had a recession where gas,
food,
housing, I mean, you name it. At one time, even when people's houses were going into foreclosure, those people that lost their homes could at least still go into a grocery store and buy a regular price item. Now you got houses that are out of control, cars out of control, gas out of control, food out of control.
So technically we're in a recession, but Joe Biden and his administration say we're not. What do you think about that?
I love it.
He crazy too.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do you think that he's doing a good job or a bad job as president?
Bad job. He making it worse. Hell, we could have kept Donald Trump for this shit.
Boy, I love this South.
Could have kept Trump for this shit. I noticed that they keep going to the black people for these answers. The Republicans definitely are trying their hardest to get that black audience. They see it, they think it's weakened. They think
it's wounded.
The grip is a little looser. They think we could get a couple straggles out of there. Stragglers, get a couple of them.
10-year-old who is in college and high school. I'm in dual credit. If you need help, just let us know, because I'll step in. Because at this point, y'all ain't doing it right. I am a female, so yes, I'm aware of what Trump has done in the past. But as far as running a country, he did better than Biden.
I feel like everything going up. Like it's not making sense to me how when Trump was here, everything was low. Like we had like $2-3 worth of gas.
A lot of people are going to actually vote for Trump that never thought. This Oak Cliff, Texas. Trust me, a lot of us will vote for him now than we did before because we went for the good guy saying the right things. But as soon as he got in office, he did everything wrong.
Now, if they send us about Biden, the black voters, what does that say about the rest of the candidates' probability of winning? Like a Stacey Abrams, for instance.
Stacey Abrams ain't winning. The only person that can come out and save the Democratic Party is Michelle Obama. She's the only person they can use.
That's their last shot.
That's their last shot. Who else they got?
He said lots over time. LOL. She a buster. He ain't from LA. He call her Stacey Abrams a buster. she laughed. Oh man. Is Stacey Abrams a man or
I don't know, but she a big I don't think she's a man. I think she just
you gotta say something.
She's just a big she's a Queen Latifah. She's just a big Amazon looking woman. I don't think Stacey Abrams is a man.
What do you mean like Queen Latifah?
Queen Latifah is a big Amazon looking woman.
You mean just tall?
She big.
Stacey Abrams tall?
Stacey Abrams is tall too.
Is she?
Yeah.
I thought it was Stacey Abrams.
She about 5'11".
I never seen her stand up.
She look. Listen,
I've seen her stand up. I never paid attention to her height.
She big.
A big one.
Humongous.
If Republicans ever do some sort of reparations, it's over. And it's over for the Democrats forever. Oh, let me tell you something. If the Republicans simply don't talk shit about reparations, they might get the black vote. It is time to return to the Lincoln Party. The Workers' Party. Yeah. Originally the Workers' Party, which is crazy. History is so amazing. Like I keep saying, it is not normal for the Democratic Party to be getting this high percentage of black voters. This was historically not true. Now, being honest, black women did kind of vote at about a 90% clip for Democrats. But black men was always in the 73, 72 range. They like them getting 90 and high 80s the last, since Obama, it's not normal. Which is why it's funny because the numbers are going down slowly and they're acting like this is abnormal. Like, oh, black men are being disillusioned from the Democratic Party. No, they were never invested in it. That's the difference. They were never invested in the party completely. Well, 70% is still high, but it ain't 80, 90. It ain't 90%.
90% mean we got you hooked.
Yeah, you on that. You got that dope in you.
You on that shit. And whatever we got to do, we'll give you. We don't even got to give you nothing.
Yeah.
We just got the only thing we got to give you is your supply.
Yeah.
And your supply is Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps.
Yeah. the crumbs, the absolute crumbs. Just give you
low income housing. We'll give you that.
We call them ghettos now.
Hoods.
Yeah. Judge Mathis says black men lacked in Black Lives Matter matches, instead sat back and killed each other.
Damn, Judge Mathis.
He said, in addition to dealing with deadly global pandemic, 2020 black people also, including many of us fighting for our right and treated equally following the unnecessary deaths in the hands of police departments across the state. Famed TV judge Greg Mathis, also real-life former judge in Michigan's 36th District Court, made a bold claim recently against many black men in America who he feels were lacking in the front lines of Black Lives Matter protests while instead killing each other at alarming rates.
Let me tell you something. If you go on Judge Mathis' show, please make sure you're not behind your child support. Because if you got to hear your child support, you lost.
The second she said, yeah, he owed child support.
He owed child support.
You lost.
You in here, got this woman in court and had me pay your child support. Case dismissed.
Even if your case is
solid,
right, they don't care. He don't care. And I'm not even saying.
And don't come in there being a recovering crackhead or on crack.
You smoke crack. You smoke crack.
He can instantly tell by the mannerisms if you were doing any type of drugs.
What drug you on? Which one?
How long you been in recovery? They don't. You don't say that you're not in recovery and you
clean.
Say I'm in recovery.
You're forever a crackhead. You're always gonna be a crackhead. During his acceptance speech while being honored at EMG Foundation in his hometown of Detroit last week, Mathis used his time in the mic to say strong assertions stating the majority of Black Lives Matter marches were black women and white kids while our black men sat back and killed each other. Let me say something about that statement. There was a poll or they research everything now. At the height of the Black Lives Matter protests, and as far as what they said, the numbers came out as far as the numbers of what percentage of people were at those protests. They said majority were white women, then black men, then white men, then black women. That's according to them. But when you look on television, on the quote-unquote front line of the protest, they show Caucasians and black women. But according to those numbers, there were actually more black men out there. And I don't
know because I have never been to a protest.
And it's hard. This is why I hate the fact that they use the term Black Lives Matter, because it's a good term, but it's connected to a shitty.
It's connected to a bunch of dykes who started an organization
to scam for money, using the death of black people to profit.
Using the death of black people, mainly black men.
Yeah.
And they had nothing in the mission statement about black men. It was all about women, children, and the LGBTQ part.
If they would have said the children part and said we're going to the children.
It didn't even say black family.
No, there's nowhere there.
So
your death led to another group making money.
And now all those dykes done got money off of it. They all done left.
Something. George Floyd got people jobs in television, sports analysis, corporate media. Corporations. You got them all type of jobs. The people got a job now for racial inclusion, where your job is to go to the company and teach them how to be racially.
That's a race
sensitive.
hustler.
People got a job to teach a company to be racially sensitive, which means I'm gonna put my face on it. We're gonna put out a commercial to say that you support black whatever, and then we'll move on with our life. But yeah, anyway. But there is too much black men killing niggas. The gang violence, all that. That is a problem. He went on to elaborate by adding falling into the trap that they have set up for us by failing us in the education system, bringing in guns and sending out our jobs, and you chumps are going for it in like a bunch of suckers. And you're supposed to be cool. You're supposed to be the man. Nah, you ain't no man. You're a punk until you stand up and fight for your women. But the Black Lives Matter was about police brutality, which would mainly affect black men. Of course, you should protect your women, but that ain't what that movement in particular was about. Now, if you want to say Black Lives Matter, what the real movement should be is about black people being protected, not just from outside groups, but internal, then okay. But we can't.
Maybe that's what he's trying to say.
We can't use that one because during the Black Lives Matter protests, when people were trying to bring attention to the gang shootings, they was like, that's not what this is about. It's about police brutality. The people was like, all right, well, we'll focus on the other stuff at the same time with a different title. So don't try to mix it sometimes and separate it others. Now, I'm not saying he did that. I'm saying that was something that was used by people when you try to talk about gang violence during the Black Lives Matter protests. They didn't want to. Oh, well, that's not the same thing as police brutality. We're talking about this now. So, you know. So, what do you think about those comments?
What Judge said?
Yeah.
Well, Judge Mathis is entitled to
his opinion.
Even
though it's not backed by facts.
Maybe he's been out there in marches and he's witnessed there barely being any black men, and it was women on the front lines because you know he's in Detroit and he's a liberal.
You're right. It's not backed by the numbers that I saw. It's not facts, numbers that I saw. But
yeah. So maybe he's going by what he's seen.
Maybe so.
Because we know he's a liberal. Liberal.
Freaky.
He's a very freak.
Oh, yo. Vanessa Bryant versus LAPD Sheriff Department trial begins with testimony on how they showed Kobe's crash photos to impress women at the bar. I told you
that's been proven that these officers
sick.
Take pictures and they pass it around. The LAPD joke about it. Your death.
But ask this question: what woman will be impressed by seeing a dead body?
A woman that gets off of that type of stuff.
Exactly. Well, you got to understand, police officers don't go to any bar. They go to bars that are mainly for police officers.
Exactly.
So these women they're meeting are either dating, formerly dated, or something. Police officers.
They stay in the same ring.
So they know the culture that the cops have.
Yeah.
So they're into this sick shit as well.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, Vanessa Bryant,
she's making sure she get every dime she can get off of Kobe.
She stopped Nike from selling the shoe and said, nope, we need to restructure this deal to make sure that woman making sure every single dime
she
goes
to
her. Hey, it's he got kids with him. It's his wife. Viral video of black man's violent arrest in Mississippi sparks investigation. An incident involving a white Mississippi Highway Patrol officer and 3 black men is under investigation after a viral video showed the officers putting a handcuffed man into a chokehold and wrestling him into a ditch. The video captured Friday in Macomb by a man named Packer Lewis sparked outrage over the officer's conduct. The video shows one of Lewis' brothers, Eugene Lewis, standing in the street in the handcuffs as Packer Lewis and another brother,
Pappy.
Packer.
Oh.
Packer Lewis and another brother, Darius Lewis, yell that they are recording the incident. Suddenly, the officer grabs Eugene Lewis by the neck and pulls him across the street, tackling him to the ground. At one point, the officer appears to use his knee to pin him down. I don't know if I could show the video.
I wouldn't show the video.
Because it's not graphic, but YouTube, if you show anything violent.
YouTube likes to flag anything violent that you put in the video.
They won't flag it. What they'll do is they'll just make it where I have to edit it out or something. But
well, you want to go back and edit it out.
I don't feel like it. Basically, he grabbed him up while he was in cuffs and threw him in a ditch.
It didn't make no sense.
Yeah, at first off, they said that he had him in the car in the cuffs and was hitting on him.
Then he took him out.
Then when they caught him, they recorded him doing it. He got out of the car.
Then he just randomly started throwing him to the ground for no reason, being aggressive.
Then he put him back in the car again. Then he walked up to them and told them they can't leave the scene for recording
police
him.
officer came up and one of them got arrested.
Well, both of them got arrested. So it's like
for recording
him.
An officer. We don't know what happened before recording. I always like to put this out here.
But he was in cuffs.
That was a fact.
It's kind of hard to...
He was in cuffs. The story they described was the officer was beating the man in the back seat of the vehicle.
Yeah.
But they were not recording before that.
He was cuffed.
That's
all I need to
cuffed.
see. Him being cuffed kind of negates that entire... It's like he was in cuffs.
Kind of negates what?
Unless you think him kicking at him while he was in the car. I mean, just shut the door.
I don't know what happened before recording. We know in some of these stories.
Yeah, we always say, for what we know right now, this is my belief. It's just, I don't think
it's a developing story, and we'll have to get back to you.
Here was another one.
No, I'm not here to play games.
I know, but I'm going to.
Put your hands behind your back.
It's a black dude, ain't it?
Hands behind your back.
Sir, you don't have to. You do not have to.
I'm asking you, why am I putting my hands behind my back?
You're under arrest.
I'm going to sign the ticket, but why am I under arrest?
Sir, she's about to sign the ticket.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
She's about to sign the ticket. That's all you wanted to do is sign the ticket. That's all it is.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
That's all
she signed the ticket. You told me you're not.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
She doesn't have to sign the ticket.
She don't have to sign the ticket.
If you are, well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's in certain states. I don't know.
This is a black man being aggressive towards a black woman.
I don't know if maybe it's different in other states.
Black
but
police officer.
You don't have to sign a ticket. You can not sign it, and you just have to show up to the.
They don't need your signature on the ticket. The ticket has been issued to you. It's up to you whether or not you decide to show up in court or not.
Matter of fact, I've seen people who make videos about
Don't go to court.
I've seen people who make videos about this. They'll tell you that lawyers will tell you don't sign it because they'll use you signing it as a proof that you agree that you did this.
Exactly.
They'll say this is not proof that you are guilty, but they'll use you signed it as you guilty. You signed it. It said you did this. It's like if you get pulled over for, we saw the Marshawn Lynch. He was drinking.
Let me tell you.
Hold on. He was drinking, but he pulled over to the side of the road, cut the car off, and went to sleep off his drunkenness. And the cop came up. They threw him on the ground and arrested him for driving and drinking. It's like, I get it. He's behind the wheel, but he's not driving.
The thing that made me upset with that story was the officer also described him as having some sort of injuries.
Yeah.
I would think he would be more empathetic and said, do you need to go to the hospital? Because off the bat, he knew who he was, Mr. Lynch. But no, that's not the first time Nevada has done that to him. They tried to charge him $750 before for a DUI fine, and it got thrown out. So they're trying to make money off of him. Stay your ass out of Las Vegas, Nevada, because clearly the officers are watching you wherever you go, just try to get some money out of you.
Now, another thing, I'm about to say something else. Jesus, I lost track of them. Anyway.
You're getting old.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going
you
to
don't
sign
have
the
that
ticket.
option now.
Why don't I have the option,
Because
Mr.
I
Brooks?
gave you two options.
She was just asking for your badge number at first.
I'm asking for your badge number.
This is strange because as a man, your woman is getting manhandled, but he's a cop. So I'm like, if I jump in and get him off now I'm obstructing just
Why I feel like he's intentionally targeting her.
Well, apparently she didn't want to sign the ticket.
That's enough to make him act like this?
We didn't
Did he have a bad day or?
We didn't see what happened before the camera came on. I don't know. Maybe she was being real aggressive towards him, talking like, I ain't signing nothing, get out of that. For whatever reason, he felt the need to want to arrest her and put her in cuffs now. I don't know. But I can only imagine the dude want to do something, but it's like, it's a cop. What I'm supposed to do? Like the video, the woman who was getting groped by the cop in front of her husband or boyfriend. And he like, yo. And the other cop stopped him like, what are you doing? And it's like, he want to put hands on this dude, but he a cop. And if I hit him, I'm hitting a police officer. I'm not defending my wife now.
Well, I know some people might get mad at me, but at this point, she needs to just stop and just go through so that it doesn't escalate, so that her husband doesn't get involved and then he gets shot.
She should pause to protect her husband right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Maybe it's her brother. I don't know. Pause
because
now to protect him.
If he interacts and acts with this, he gonna get shot.
Yeah, he getting shot. Yeah.
I mean, she's gonna get out.
Yeah, it's a ticket.
It's a ticket. I'm sure when they get there, they're gonna be. I mean,
and you got video.
They're not gonna say
go to court. You got the video, and
nobody's gonna have the decency to say, "Sir, you shouldn't have arrested this woman over not signing a ticket." That's not gonna happen. But they're gonna release her.
Just got video. Use this as proof, and get him reprimanded somehow.
He's just trying to flex his power and his muscle right now.
Man, that wasn't clear on why you weren't giving me your
He done took the wig off of
You do
him.
not have to hold her like that.
Oh my God.
Sir, you do not have to drag her like that.
I'm telling you that I'm going,
Sir,
I'm going to
sir,
sign the ticket.
you do not have to grab her like that.
I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. Why am I being arrested? Mr. Brooks, why am I being arrested? Why I'm being arrested?
Why are you pulling it out?
Put your hands
This
behind your
is
back.
not compliant.
I don't know how you deal with the situation as a dude.
Shame on you, black man. Shame on you.
I want to put hands on you, but you a cop.
Nothing you can do.
So if I do
It's
something
either
to you,
die
you gonna shoot
or
me, and then she still gonna get arrested.
Yeah. So she's just gonna. She's just gonna have to get arrested. It's either.
But I feel like a coward. If
Exactly.
I feel like a coward if I say, "Baby, don't do nothing, just get arrested."
Some people say, "Oh, you're a coward." Well, it's either I die,
Or you
or
get
she
arrested.
just get arrested and get out, and then we take this. If it's worth it, we do a lawsuit.
We go further with this, yeah.
But what's more important at this point? Your pride, or
what I say earlier, get rid of that pride, black man. Get rid of it. Survive another day.
It's about survival, and unfortunately, interacting with cops, you're at a percentage where you're gonna die. So,
black women will still vote for the Democratic white G.
Yeah, that's true.
Democrats are going to turn back into Dixiecrats. Judge Mathis is chasing black women viewers for his sad family reality show.
He got a reality show coming out. Okay, that's why.
This is why we need Honor, but she has certain information. See, I don't keep up with that. I know he had a TV show. I thought they said he had a TV show. I thought they were talking about his judge show.
Why would you do a reality TV show? That's when you do reality TV show when you at the low.
Things ain't going good.
So they're about to cancel Judge Mathis.
I'm behind, but my mom's side is from the OK and ties to the Blackfoot Indian heritage. Both my grandmothers and mom each look different from me. Our nose and those noses are long, straight, and narrow. I realized when we looked at our mother's side of the family, this is gonna sound crazy. They don't have as full lips as you see from the average Negro. Do you agree?
No, they don't.
Why you look like what you look like? I'm giving some
because
secret information away. They black.
We know they black,
but you acting like I just gave some information away that make us look less credible. You like, what? But it's like he said, I believe our grandfather is more than likely some Native American. Let's see. In addition to job here, George Floyd got laws implemented in foreign countries for melanated people. That man, George Floyd, I don't know what it was.
He had energy.
His energy spread across the globe. Maybe you could say it was his propaganda through the media or something, but they used that man dead body for 2 years to get jobs, laws passed. Like George Floyd they started comparing him to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Like they made him a deity almost. Building statues of him. Like, yeah. They dragging this Bryant situation. Those are people sharing those images. Yeah, he was definitely Hispanic. That's why I was saying, who are these people that's interested in seeing the dead bodies? Who want to see that? Women too?
Sick.
He told her multiple times before that that if she didn't sign it, she would go to jail. She said no multiple times. Do you? I don't know. I'm gonna ask you: is it true that I know for a fact in some states you do not have to sign the ticket?
Yeah.
But is that for every state? I never seen that for every state.
Different states require different things. So
he was calm with them at the beginning. Black cops showing off for the white cop. Was it white cop there, you think?
Probably so. He got to show master, hey, I can do it too.
The black cop power tripping.
That's what I said.
I hate black women shit and taking it to work. Ooh. The Mathis show featured the same old gay son narrative. I saw I needed to see the clip and didn't need to watch anything else.
So his son?
Look,
That's why we said what we said. We're gonna move on.
That's super liberal.
We're gonna move on.
Super liberal. Judge into some stuff.
Yeah, the judge like they go deep diving.
Ice Cube prepared to discuss contract with Black America with President Biden. Should he at this point?
No.
I would ignore him.
What's the point of me?
Hold on. Now I'm being a hypocrite. Get rid of your pride.
So he's willing to meet with Trump? That's what he's trying to say?
Anybody that's willing to do something for your people. Would you be willing to take the disrespect if it benefited your people? You might feel disrespected.
Yes. The reason why
people get something.
The reason why I'm saying he should meet with President Biden because this person is a walking corpse. He's not going to get anything done with him. He's not even leading the country. Why would he meet with President Biden? President Biden gonna come in and shake Ice Cube's hand, and then he gonna reach and shake it again.
Yeah,
he gonna forget the whole conversation they had unless it's recorded for other people to see it.
He gonna mistakenly call him Craig
for Friday. Hell, he may call him Day Day.
They gonna confuse him with another character in the damn movie.
He gonna confuse Smokey, Debo.
What's the sister name? He might call her damn sister name.
Felicia.
Oh yeah, he might when he walk away by Felicia. O'Shea Jackson Sr., better known as Ice Cube, birthed a 22-page document entitled "Contract with Black America" back in August during the height of the racist Civil War. This is not the first time the straight outta Compton hitmaker has sat down with the president to discuss this agenda. He sat down with Trump administration as well. Unfortunately, he received a lot of backlash from the black community. I don't know why they had so much vitriol towards the dude for wanting to
gave him no
Trump.
Backlash for it.
All we know, as we all know, Trump has no secrets about his bias to race and culture, and pretty much anyone who is not in his social class. People of color have not. People of color.
Who said people of color? Was it Ice Cube?
No, this ain't Ice Cube. This is somebody writing something about him. This is written by and they even got their name up here. Well, it's the hidden agenda.
Yeah, your hidden agenda, calling black people of color, knowing that they're gonna put everybody under that category. Look, Pac.
That's not taking well at all. Feeling betrayed by Q for even attempting to break bread with the enemy. He received death threats and more. But what people fail to realize is that Q had a Zoom call with both the Biden campaign as well and the Trump campaign. According to Rolling Stone, after the meeting, Congress agreed to 85% of Q's contract with Black America Initiative. The plan moving forward was for Q to sit down with the winning president to continue to move. The Compton-born rapper feels that neither political parties care enough about black people or to invest in the needed funding into minority communities. Ooh, I don't like that, Tron Cube. I don't know if that's a Cube comment. I think that's them. He says contract with Black America. I think you adding a little stuff. You adding a little spices.
Well, he is from
yeah. On Wednesday, in an interview with Ryan Cameron's uncensored radio show Imagine ATO, actor, director, and hip hop Grammy Award-winning artist Ice Cube announced that he plans to sit with the Biden administration as planned. He told the radio show that the Biden administration reached out to him on Tuesday to continue the discussion.
Midterm election, right before October, November. He want to have a conversation.
2-3 months before the midterms, they even give you a call.
All this stuff is planned and orchestrated and strategized. Roe v. Wade. What was the other thing?
He had gave some money to something. The college thing.
Money
at HBCUs, which he didn't.
Now, I told y'all I was expecting to see this big protest in Seattle. These white women with their knitted little cat hats coming out here protesting. Somebody told them this is nationwide. Y'all cannot go out here and protest. I believe they're going to start it up around the midterm election time. No, they have to wait until after the midterm election time because it's going to be put on Biden why this was passed, why he didn't do nothing.
Sorry. I threw water.
So they're going to wait until after the midterm election.
Yeah.
Or they going to fix it right before the midterm election?
Now I'm being a hypocrite again. Now I might not go. I might not go. You waited until a couple weeks before the midterm.
To use this as leverage.
You're using me as a pawn now. Yeah. I thought they said that Trump would use them as a pawn. Now Biden using them.
Trump's like, here, I'm going to make sure you get this money every year. Don't come up here.
Yeah, don't come up here begging. Just take this money for your HBCU. Ain't nothing but a little money anyway.
Trump said this is chump change. Meanwhile, Ukraine is getting it's not even a bi-weekly check. It's becoming a weekly check they're getting now.
I think total so far, Ukraine has gotten, I think I saw it said $57 billion.
Yeah, could have been used in reparation towards Black Americans.
57 billion.
I can tell you that 15% they didn't agree with the contract. Reparations.
NBFA President Boyd releases official statement on President Biden's withdrawal of support for Black farmers. After fighting for debt relief over the 3 decades, Boyd was elated when the emergency relief of farmers of color was passed and signed into law. President Joe Biden last year in the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. Boyd met with Biden during the South Carolina primaries to discuss the plight of Black farmers, and it was agreed upon that Biden would address Black farmer issues. Again, last July, Biden reaffirmed to Boyd he would have a FaceTime meeting with him to discuss the ongoing struggles and delay of America's Black farmers getting the long sought after debt relief. What could be worse than having another president to overturn legislation you enacted to help Black and other farmers of color during the pandemic, repealing your own legislation to take it away while you were being served foreclosure notices in a recession with the highest record of input costs in 40 years, while sending hundreds of millions in aid to Ukraine farmers. The Inflation Reduction Act of 2022, Section 22008, repeals the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, Section 1005, which provided Black, Native, and other farmers of color with debt relief. So wait. The Inflation Reduction Act, what's your comment you had about that? How do you get rid of inflation with a bill? How do you pass a bill to get rid of inflation?
You can just say
it's
lower the cost.
So in that bill to reduce inflation, they're getting rid of the debt relief of Black farmers.
Okay.
So that means in order to what they think would lower inflation, costs, and all this stuff, we're just gonna simply make you pay your debt. We're not gonna forgive it. That's abandonment. Jesus Christ. I'm very, very disappointed in legislative action. He said in response to the leading in the final bill passed in the Senate, I'm prepared to fight for debt relief for Black, Native American, and other farmers of color in a way all the way to the Supreme Court. I'm not going to stop fighting. No. Don't go at him. He has to say Native and people of color. Remember, when they passed the one for the Black farmers, what did those white and Asians do? They sued and said this is racist and other farmers have to be included. It's against the law in America to make something only for one group. So that's why he has to make sure he say Native and farmers of color. Because if we say Black, they're going to say you're making it racial. So he has to make it a minority thing.
I guess inviting his pride.
That's inviting his pride. That's sad. God damn. Discrimination Act USDA against Black farmers was rampant and severe. Section 1005 loan repayment program was necessary to step forward, fixing those harms. To acknowledge and correct racism is not unconstitutional or racist. But look at this. United States announced, now this is back in July. The United States announced the 100 million Ukraine agriculture resilience initiative.
That's why they had to stop that for them, is because
they're sending over there.
They needed to take that $100 million and give it to Ukraine's agriculture. Which, by the way, Ukraine is not. Oh, we're gonna talk about that later, I guess.
Go ahead.
Ukraine producing wheat, how they're not going to be producing wheat, and it's going to be a shortage on different type of stuff. So even them investing
it's not gonna do
into it, it's not going to do anything.
It's going to be just what are they doing with the money?
Banking it, setting it up for big Israel, and sending some of it to little Israel.
Live Golf. PGA Tour got Tiger Woods to do its bidding and speaking out against circuit. So Tiger Woods, remember that Live Golf term? I guess you call it. I guess it's a league now.
It's a league
in Saudi Arabia, if I'm not mistaken. First, it got popular because Trump was in it, and then they started inviting American golf or PGA Tour golfers to join them, and they giving them bags of money, like crazy money.
200 million,
100 million, 200 million. They offered Tiger Woods to join Live Golf $700 to $800 million. He turned it down, which means he must be getting $1 billion from the PGA Tour. It's under the table.
I was about to say that Negro said he doesn't consider himself a Negro. What does he call himself? A black
Cablasian? Yeah, Cablasian.
So what is he? Black, Native American, and Asian?
Isn't he Korean? Cablasian? Is that how you say it?
Something. He said his father is Native American and black, and then his mother is Asian. So please do not label him as a black person.
But it's funny when he got arrested for that DUI.
They said that's a nigga. That's a nigga that went out and processed his hair and had some eye alterations done. But that's a nigga.
It's funny. He did all that, and when he failed from grace, and that police they just put black.
And black people came back
and they said
rooted for him when he came back.
Oh yeah, because
they always do that.
See a black person fall.
He don't want nothing to do with you. He told the NAACP,
"Don't help me.
Don't help me." Al Sharpton, I do not want to see you in the courtroom. Benjamin Crump.
He was around.
Benjamin Crump was like, "Damn, this would have been a payoff.
It's a
big bag, boy. I gotta help these people.
These people. No, I'm gonna leave him alone. Ain't nothing wrong with the Southern people. I'm Southern myself. Yeah. They giving a lot of money out. They gave this dude right here. Now this white boy said, "Fuck that." Cam Smith reportedly signed with Live Golf for over $100 million. Offers no comment when asked about it. Now let me say this: Live Golf, Saudi Arabia, they got a lot of accusations, and I'm saying that with quotations, of crimes against humanity, doing a lot of sad, messed up stuff to their civilians. So the reason why they bring athletes to their country, especially boxers, if you know Kinahan, what's going on in boxing right now, Anthony Joshua and all those guys, they like to go over there in Saudi Arabia and box, and they get paid a lot of money because they want to take attention off of the crimes of their government. So they bring over celebrities to participate. Floyd Mayweather as well. They bring them over there to participate in events. So people could say, "Oh, they're just a normal country having celebrities come over." It's crazy. I forgot. I think it was Floyd Mayweather who said he went over there, and the guy asked him, "What type of Lamborghini do you want? What color?" He thought he would ask him what his favorite car was. So he named the car, and he literally gave him a car like that. He just asked him, "What's your favorite car?" He named it. And he just gave him one. He thought he was asking what's your favorite car as part of the conversation. I said, they got so much money.
They can just give you a Lamborghini.
And that's why you have people saying that they are the wealthiest family in the world. They're worth trillions.
They're not the wealthiest family in the world.
I know. But they say they're the wealthiest family in the world because they have trillions that they hide. Because they literally sell billions of dollars of oil a day. So they're trillionaires. But they kind of act like they're not. I think the Saudi prince, remember he made everybody sell their properties and say that we need the money to build infrastructure, like they were broke. So he had them sell their yachts and their expensive mansions in other countries and stuff and bring the money back to him. I wonder why they're really doing that. Was it to hide it? Would it been investigated for their money at that point?
Probably so. That's what they do when they come to America.
What?
They have to after that grace period's up of business, they just give it to another family member.
A cousin or something and move back, yeah. Rainwater everywhere on Earth, unsafe to drink due to forever chemicals, study finds. They have destroyed the planet. Well, this is what they're saying. The country is so destroyed that they don't even have, we can't even drink rainwater no more.
Wow. Well,
this is also part of that green push, so keep that in mind.
It's all okay, everybody. We leading into the second part of the show. We understand if you got to go.
Yeah, niggas start leaving.
They like, okay, they about to talk about some other shit. I'm about to head out.
Public parks closed at a certain time, and it tells you on the sign it will be fine if you're out there. It's closed. Okay. Support Ice Cube, black man. I haven't seen online. Roland Martin.
Well, we know Roland fat ass.
He invited him on his show to force Ice Cube to put that black woman in, to put her in the room with him, because apparently Ice Cube he doesn't know what's good. Even though he wouldn't have spoke to, it wasn't him that came up with this. He wouldn't have spoke to people who are experts at certain things to put this together, but he needed particular people they trusted to be in the room. Because, as Vivica A. Fox said, remember the Fox Soul Show?
Yeah, Selena.
Black women issues are not black people issues.
Lisa Ray wasn't as combative. She tried, but, the wigs started strangling her, and she had to go along with what they said.
The more the media shows blacks are considering to vote red, the Dems will have to bend the knee to our community. It is time to get black men back into the political game. Take your seat at the table.
Brittany Griner was the one that we forgot to mention, the carrot too, for midterm elections.
Oh yeah,
Mystery Man put his.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Brittany Griner's during election time. Yeah. What they gonna do with Brittany Griner? They're gonna wait till around midterms, and they're gonna make it this big deal. Oh, Brittany Griner's coming home. We need to celebrate this. Biden got her back, and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So they'll say, "Oh, we met with Ice Cube about Black America. We got this black woman out of prison in Russia. Look what we're doing for the black community."
You ain't doing not a damn thing.
Read the African American Irish Connection. A lot of books written in the 17-cent points to the four corners of the earth as Black Planet. There are a lot of interesting videos on YouTube, including the Black Irish. Yeah, I think you talking about the same video I just watched. About, what's his name?
Benjamin Israel.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. He does great videos and
very well
editing
edited
videos. But, some people just feel like his introductions are just way too long.
No, it's like, it's a good
There
job.
Travis goes snitching again.
You see? He's telling on himself now.
Telling on me, I don't have a problem with his long introduction.
Oh, you still here, George? You still here?
George said, "George, are you there?"
Gotta catch Travis.
Look, George, are you there?
Are you there?
He's supposed to say, "I'm here."
Gotta catch Travis and them up and coming lies.
Oh God.
All right, man. All right, let's get to it then. We're gonna try to run through this quickly. This is the same old. This is a re-up. CDC updates his COVID-19 guidelines and sweeping overhaul. Basically, I ain't gonna read this.
Please.
People who are vaccinated and people who are unvaccinated are the same now.
Yep, there's no difference.
Basically. That's basically all they said. The CDC COVID-19 prevention guidance will no longer differentiate by whether people are up to date on their vaccinations, testing.
I thought you weren't gonna read it.
I'm just reading that one.
But you said you wasn't gonna read it. Is you gonna read it or you're not gonna read it?
Moving on.
COVID isn't done with us.
COVID isn't done with us, whatever the CDC said. I thought we were told for 2 damn years.
Now, what you say? What you say?
Hold on. That the CDC and the FDA, if they don't say it, it ain't true. Now we're told to ignore them.
Yeah.
We have strike.
That's how the CDC.
We on our second strike right now.
If we get one more, we going up the roof.
Because we were told that we said something against the CDC. They didn't say was true. But now they're telling me, don't believe everything they say. No matter what, it doesn't mean it's true because they said it.
If we do one more, we got to do a bid.
A bid? Shit.
Like the Mississippi black dude we talked about last week. 3 strikes, you out. I used to live in luxurious. I don't want to live here. That's how it's going to be for us.
I ain't going back. All right, let me...
This, which is politics. I know one of your least favorite subjects here. Senator Rand Paul, a Republican, and some Republicans are talking about what they might do if they retake the House or the Senate in the fall. Senator Rand Paul says of the Republicans, if they retake the House, one way or another, if we are in the majority, we will subpoena your records, and he will testify in the Senate under oath. Your reaction to Rand Paul and others saying they're going to investigate you if they take power?
Well, there's no reason to do that, but if they want to, go ahead. My records are an open book. They are talking about things that are really bizarre, John, like crimes against democracy by shutting down the government. All I have ever done, and go back and look at everything I've ever done, was to recommend common sense, good, CDC-recommended public health policies that have saved millions of lives. If you want to investigate for that, go ahead.
Now, George.
Dr. Anthony Fauci.
George, this is somebody who out here telling lies. Dr. Fauci. This is the one that be telling lies.
This is where I got this from. I think I got this from George. Of many undiagnosed polio cases.
We got polio. I think that's New York right now. The feces in the water.
So polio, wasn't there in Arizona a couple years, maybe a year ago, they found
the Black Plague.
The Black Plague.
Also in Mississippi, there's something in the soil.
The water.
It starts with an M. It sounds like polio. Feces in it.
I don't know.
They have, and then in Taiwan, they have a new virus. I think it's killed, 35 people? About 35 people got it.
I don't know. Health officials in New York State has told the BBC that there could be hundreds or even thousands of undiagnosed cases of polio there. And then China got another thing coming. What we know so far about Lingya, the new virus discovered in China.
I thought it was Taiwan.
The new virus has already infected 35 people, though none have become seriously ill. All of the last.
It's a lot of plagues on the earth right now.
All these diseases is popping up out of nowhere.
That's plagues.
What the hell? Late 2021, we already knew monkeypox was coming because they said it was a African person in Houston had it. They came from Africa, went to Houston, they had monkeypox, and it kind of disappeared a little bit. You saw like 2 more cases in like New York and stuff, and then this year, obviously around May, kind of took off a little bit more. Now they calling that actual, a problem now. I'm gonna show this too. 80-year-old granny banned from YMCA after demanding biological male leave women's locker room.
Now, let's take into account
where little girls were undressing.
That this is an 80-year-old woman who's probably not used to experiencing this new modern-day wokeism.
Yeah. Been going there for 35 years.
So you're in a dressing room. You hear a sound of a man's voice, but they have a woman clothes. He's obviously going to come. She's probably thinking freak, weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
You pedo.
These little girls are using the bathroom in front of him.
Pedo. Get away from these little girls.
Yeah.
But it backfired on her ass.
They kicked her out. They kicked her out.
What happened to the customer is always right? Damn, that went out the door.
I ain't got to read it. They kicked the old lady out. She basically approached him and said, "Get out of here. You got no business in here." And
the company came and said he is an employee
and you shouldn't be here. And they kicked her out. Like, God damn. Now this is right here.
I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a licensed professional counselor and sex therapist in Erie, Pennsylvania. And today I want to talk about minor attracted persons. And I want to talk about minor attracted persons because they are probably the most vilified population of folks in our culture. And most folks are making incorrect assumptions about them without actually knowing much about them. And those assumptions create harm for an already marginalized population. You may have noticed that I'm using the term minor attracted persons, sometimes abbreviated to MAPS, instead of the more commonly used term pedophile. And I'm doing this because the term pedophile has moved from being a diagnostic label to being a judgmental, hurtful insult that...
This is the world we live in.
Do I have to play any more of this?
No, you don't. Let's just go ahead and just talk about it.
This person here went on to say that it was taken out of context what she was saying. She went on to say, I'm not even going to play it. She said, most people who molest children aren't pedophiles.
That's what she said.
And I said, what?
And I saw the word map on when the WikiLeaks was leaked.
Yeah.
About them giving a pizza, a hot dog. They had map on there as well. So she's pretty much saying there is no difference between. She's saying there's a difference between a pedophile and a minor attracted person.
Yeah.
What is the difference? One who has yet to molest a child and one who has molested a child? Oh, okay.
I don't know where she's going with that.
They claim.
That's bull. Duke, you know your conspiracy analysis. Come on. We're proud. You're great at it. Appreciate that. Where versus where? The most honorable. Regina Duke fooled us all. Fake conspiracies out here getting for entertainment only demons. Hold on. I didn't get it. No. You got that twisted. I didn't get it. She's shooting shots at you.
I'm used to taking the shots.
You see, y'all need. Please give him an apology in the comments. Now you feel like you attacking him.
I don't need they pity. I don't want they damn pity.
Pity me.
Pity for the weak.
I had chickenpox years ago, so I'm good.
We all had chickenpox. Matter of fact, cousins, we all had it at one time.
Oh, here he go with this. What's next? Leprosy.
Yeah.
Hey, yes. Listen. Remember that channel I told y'all to go check? That's funny. Carpentersville. The white guy was saying that they had 1,300 cases of leprosy in Illinois, or at least in America. Leprosy is in America, apparently, for the last decade. At least what they call leprosy now, at least. These people are nasty as hell. Yes, they are. Yeah, trying to. I ain't no fake conspiracy theorist.
I'm not a fake conspiracy theorist either.
I'm a hardcore conspiracy theorist.
I'm a hardcore conspiracy theorist, and I know my damn lineage.
Oh,
like the Africans say, you don't know who you are. You don't know who you are.
All right, let me just jump into this right quick. Cause this is another one of my conspiracies. Though I did get some of the information from other people, but you put this stuff together and you get a viewpoint.
So you go around stealing other people's shit.
No, you were doing that earlier.
Well, who?
Your vet.
What I steal from her?
Oh, you stole from the people that called in.
I didn't steal anything. I gave credit to every person.
I'm giving credit.
Who you get it from? Exactly.
I can't say that for a reason.
Exactly.
FBI searched Melania's wardrobe, spent hours in Trump's private office during Mar-a-Lago raid. She said, sorry, I messed up the names. Okay. I know, obviously, I'm sure y'all know the Trump thing that's going on.
You know what? White men out here worried more about the FBI sniffing Trump's wife's panties than they actually worry about what was fucking going on during the FBI search.
Yeah, they was like, what are they doing with her
we
clothes?
We want the FBI to come out and say
they did not touch her panties.
They did not sniff her panties.
It's like, really? That's what we want? Well, you know what? You put them on fire because they have to come out and say they didn't do it. Now, if they did do it, they can't come out and say they didn't do it.
The FBI releases a press conference.
Cameras.
No one during the search sniffed Melania's panties or went through her bras. You know, some of them, you know, she had some thongs in the drawer and it smelled like
lavender
and vanilla.
Well, they didn't go through it.
A couple said some of them smell a little fishy, but other than that, we didn't do anything.
A little bit of trout in there, but it's okay.
Catfish.
It's catfish. I should have said it first. All right. Hunter Biden breathes sigh of relief as FBI raid team passes his house on way to Mar-a-Lago. I just thought that was a funny headline. All right, let's go into it. Eric Trump tells DailyMail.com that what really happened in FBI raid, President's son says 30 agents refused to hand over warrant, kicked lawyer off property, rifled through clothes, and how Mar-a-Lago staff refused to turn off security cameras. Now, when the FBI came, they told him to turn off the cameras. They said no. He said they made his lawyer stand at the edge of the driveway and would not let him onto the premises and show him the warrant. They would not give the lawyer the warrant. Now, the FBI obviously came out and said they gave a warrant to Trump. They didn't need to give one to the lawyer, I guess they say. Trump was not there, as we know. Why was Trump not there at his home?
He was in
New York. He was subpoenaed by Letitia James, the AG of New York.
Yeah. So they was all working hand in hand.
And remember, the FBI came out and said, "Oh, we didn't want this to be something loud. We wanted to do this, quietly."
Shit, you came there with fucking 30 people with guns. What you think is gonna happen?
So you think the ex-president gonna have a shootout with you? You needed assault rifles?
Well, you know what? Trump got some supporters that actually had a shootout with FBI.
Wait, let me get to it. I'm gonna get to that later. All right, judge who signed off on Trump's Mar-a-Lago raid was Epstein's employee's lawyer. Do I even need to go any further into that?
You don't need to.
Keep in mind,
they still have not.
This is Florida.
Have not raided.
The lawyer who did this was a judge, right? Or should I say the employee? He was a judge, magistrate, and what happened was he left being a judge and literally a day later was working for Jeffrey Epstein. was supposed to be not allowed to happen because you got information on the inside that you're giving to somebody that's being investigated at the time.
And they have yet to do a raid on Epstein's.
Did they ever hit up the one in Arizona? I think they got the one
in Mexico.
on the island. They got the island.
They didn't get the New Mexico one or the Mexico one.
No, they ended up did get it. They ended up going there like 2 weeks later.
Okay.
And remember they got all those boxes
after they had cleaned up everything.
Yeah, remember they got all those boxes of tapes and videos, and they said they had all these people, but only one of them got arrested, and that's Ghislaine Maxwell. What about those hundreds of men that you said are on tape?
Is Chris Tucker on those tapes too?
Leave Chris Tucker alone.
No, you denied it. You denied that he was on that was not him on the flight log, and I told you that was him on the flight log.
I have to give the brother the benefit of the doubt. If I give him anything, it's the benefit of the doubt. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Am I wrong?
If he on a plane with Jeffrey Epstein, ain't much good to go. Ain't nothing really good coming from that. Even if he was he said going to Africa. When what you doing going to Africa? We know they was taking Haitian kids to their island as well as South African. I mean, it's not South African. South American.
Oh, let me go back to something real quick. To the woman that talked about the map people. She gave the pronouns, she is she, her. Meg Thee Stallion has a song out right now.
Called Her, yeah.
Called Her. She said she. Yeah. And she also has the house music beat going on in the background.
Yeah.
They're trying to change the vibration of the music.
No, it's not trying to change the vibration of black music.
That's what they're doing. They're trying to get black people into that.
Even though it is black music, but it's kind of being
it done been moved to it done been given to another group of people to enjoy it.
There's people that say that there were homosexual people who were there at the foundation of house music. So
why are these celebrities are out here promoting what did they call it? Pronouns.
Yeah, you're right.
In their songs now.
When the song was posted, we saw a clip on Twitter. And on the song, she was saying her,
and it was like, trash.
Because I was thinking like, damn, she released the album and nobody's talking about it. So I went on Twitter and I looked at the clip, and she was saying her. I'm like, what is this?
That's
song?
why The Rock out here talking about he would want to be Megan's pet, trying to give her some.
Isn't it bestiality?
He into more than bestiality. Kevin Hart love being around him.
Let me see. Kevin Hart and The Rock how many movies they got together now?
If they ain't got a movie together, they're doing an interview together, they're doing a show together.
They got a movie coming out. That's why they were doing the interview.
I mean, The Rock has come out and said he's a nigga now. So why do
the man went his whole career in wrestling? Hold on, let me say this. His father was Rocky Johnson. Maybe he didn't feel the need to say that to wrestling fans because they knew who his father was.
They knew who his mother was too.
Did they?
Yes, she showed up to like events for him. He had her on his arm and stuff and places he went.
He was showing his mama because that's who they didn't know. They had to introduce her. They knew his father already.
Everybody knew that he was part Samoan. He has the tribal traditional tattoo that shows that he's Samoan.
Pause. Slow down. I know. I'm saying he was showing the Samoan culture. Maybe he just...
Dude, The Rock is not identified as black.
All right, move on. So the judge who signed off on this was Jeffrey Epstein's employee's lawyer. Jeffrey Epstein... They still trying to cut split ends off. They're trying to cut ends off with him anyway. They still are tying up loose ends that are associated with him. Still.
I don't even think Jeffrey Epstein is dead.
Possible. I think they got rid of him. He wasn't useful.
He in Little Israel waiting for Big Israel.
But this is where Bruce Wayne was Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer. All right. I want to talk about this right quick. The people that came out and defended Trump.
We have a theory on Mr. Tim Scott.
Tim Scott calls FBI search of Mar-a-Lago daring and dangerous move by DOJ. You also said that he said...
Oh, he changed it up.
No, what did you say? You said,
originally, he said we should let this play through.
Exactly. I think Tim Scott is trying to make his way for Trump to pick him as his VP. Trump
and if they do...
Tim Scott. If Trump by itself got 20% of the black male vote, I think, was it 12 to 15% of the black female vote? If you add Tim Scott, how much do he add to that? Just him being, not even knowing his policy. Even though we saw him, what was it, last year, the year before last, he was for police reform. Because he said he had been pulled over a crazy amount of times.
And where is he from?
For being black. And he's from South Carolina.
And that's the same state, Mr. Clyburn?
Clyburn helped
Joe Biden win.
Is it possible he's trying to make a play I thought he gonna run for president, which he still might.
If Trump gets Tim Scott on his ticket, the Democratic Party has no choice but to make Michelle Obama run for president because they don't have nobody else.
And with
Apple Bottom,
Keisha Lance Bottom as VP. I don't think they can do that now.
Why?
Here's why. They can't throw Kamala Harris away. They can't.
Why not? She's
they
trash.
sold out. They've sold out on her. They've done the black girl magic thing. They've done now she's Asian. She's supporting the Asian part of they can't throw her away now.
Maybe she could become the House
Speaker.
House Speaker.
The Democrats gonna lose. The red. It's gonna be red in there. She's gonna lose. What if Trump becomes House Speaker? I said this to say, like you said, when he first did this, he was kind of leaning towards being neutral, let it play out. But now he's full blown.
Well, he could always flip that, saying let it play out to just show everything in its entirety.
Yeah.
To let it, flesh itself out.
Tim might be making the play. Along with this guy, Andrew Yang condemns FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago, along with the Cuomo brothers, both of them.
Yep.
Actually, I forgot the ad block, whatever. So, Yang, the Cuomo brothers, who are Democrats, have now sworn conservative because the Democrats kind of pushed them away.
Yang
is starting a third
Wasn't he a
party.
progressive?
No.
Was Yang a progressive?
He was a moderate.
He was moderate, okay.
He started a third party to be in between he said it because the right is too extreme, the left is too extreme. Let's make a moderate party. And he's coming out defending Trump, so he's clearly trying to get those right wingers who might be more moderate.
No, they don't want a China president. They don't want a China. I got my hands.
Tiny hand Trump. Tiny.
They don't want a China.
Hillary Clinton taunts Trump and cashes in on Mar-a-Lago FBI raid by plugging $32 hats that monetize her own email scandal.
But her emails. That was just kind of a good, good marketing on her end, though, to make some money.
But here's the crazy part. She did have confidential emails.
She did.
She did destroy laptops and she did destroy cell phones.
Hammers, and
she literally hammered
cell phones
BlackBerries and laptops to destroy it. So what Trump has been accused of, she literally did it.
Well, Hillary said it was either I do hammers
to the phone or hammers to the head.
Exactly. He was like, I don't want to add no more bodies to the list. Allegedly.
The Clinton list, boy. It's a very exclusive list. All right. Trump supports unsealing of search warrant of FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago after DOJ makes request. So the DOJ made a request to try and call his bluff. Merrick Garland, I think that's his name. And Trump said, yeah, show the warrant. In the warrant, they said that he has what do they call it? Classified documents. They accuse him of having nuclear codes. And say that he might have the nuclear football.
Yep.
And it's like, wait. You're saying that you think Trump has the nuclear football that would set off America's nuclear arsenal in a damn house? Are you serious? In a safe? Are you kidding me?
And nothing was in the safe.
Nothing. They said they went and got the boxes of classified, or what they call classified documents that he had in the basement. It was boxes of files that presidents are allowed to have. He's been going back and forth with the National Archive willingly. I'm not defending Trump. This is just what it is. He's been willingly working with the National Archive to determine what is classified and what is unclassified that he can have. He's been working with them. They said they got a tip that he had something, he was destroying classified information. So they decided to send in the FBI.
They sent a spy to be around him.
Exactly. So he asked for them to open it. And like I said, I already told you what they said he had, what he had. FBI search warrant reveals agencies top secret documents in raid of Trump's home. The FBI seized multiple sets of documents that mark top secret from former President Donald Trump's resort on Mar-a-Lago, according to the search warrant unsealed Friday. The warrant directed agents to seize all documents, fruits of crime, and other items illegally possessed in violation of the laws related to handling of the government documents. The agents took boxes of items, binders of photos. I'm telling you, keep that word binder in your head. One handwritten note and an executive grant of clemency for GOP operative Roger Stone, according to a receipt from president of property seized that was attached to the warrant. All right. The word binder. Remember when Hillary Clinton was being investigated for making fake documents be used in an impeachment against Trump, the Russiagate scandal, and the documents they used to push that forth were proven to be paid for by Hillary Clinton. Mm-hmm. That's on the books. What's his name? Durham investigation. He proved it. Well, Trump wanted those files called Crossfire Hurricane. He wanted the files to be released, the classified files to be released to the public, unclassified. They denied him. They denied the president. So then he asked him to do it again. This time he allowed them to put redactation on it so that, it could be. He wanted it in the public.
Yeah.
They still haven't released them.
They can't release them.
This is unclassified information that they still have not released. Let me show you. Now this is back right before, a couple of days before he was out of office. This is January 19th. He said in his final day in office, President Donald Trump says he declassified information related to the FBI's investigation to ties between Russia and his 2016 presidential campaign. He did not reveal what the information was Tuesday, except to say that it was included in a binder of materials that the Justice Department had provided in the White House at a request late last month. The material being declassified relates to the Crossfire Hurricane, the FBI code name for the investigation that began in 2016, which some people believe it actually started in 2015, and to whether the Trump campaign was coordinating with Russia in to tip the election. The declassified move is part of a continuing effort by Trump and his allies, including in Congress, to release information aimed at discrediting the Russian probe. Trump says he accepted the redactations proposed by the FBI, which had objected to the declassification. The practical impact of the declassification order was unclear, given that Trump leaves office Wednesday. So right before he left office, he wanted to declassify. He accepted the redactions. All right, look. This is official White House. What he put out. You see here is, I'm determined that the materials in the binder should be declassified to the maximum extent possible in response and as part of the iterative process of the declassification review. Under the cover letter dated January 17, 2021, the Federal Bureau of Investigation noted its continuing objection to any further declassification of materials in the binder, and also on the basis of the review that include intelligence community equities identified in the passages that it believed it was most crucial to keep from public disclosure. All right. So there's a binder of information that Trump wanted to be declassified, and it was never released to the public. Is it possible that Trump, the day he left the White House, took a binder of evidence, Operation Crossfire Hurricane, home with him? It was declassified.
Yes, I absolutely believe that.
But the second Biden got in office, the FBI had him reclassified.
Yes.
So now Trump he does have classified information that he's not supposed to have because they reclassified it before they could release it.
Yes.
That's what they're looking for. The binder that proved that the FBI was spying on Trump. Who knows what else that stuff proved?
I think it's more than that.
What do you think? How far it go?
I think it go down a
long
rabbit hole.
You think Obama's in it?
I think it's a whole lot of people that's in it. The Clintons, the Bushes,
Nancy
the
Pelosi,
Obamas,
the FBI,
the Pelosi family, the FBI, CIA, everything.
DEA,
hell, the Mossad,
Homeland Security, the Mossad possibly. What's the name of the British intelligence? Something 5. We got the name of it.
I don't know.
Biden admin continues to conceal declassified Crossfire Hurricane records. They're not suing. Now look. February 15, 2022. They said that they're still concealing the as of February, they were still concealing the Crossfire Hurricane. That's to this day. Now look at this. Evidence from Jeffrey Epstein's safe went missing after FBI raid. Court hears in Ghislaine Maxwell trial. So the evidence that it got from Jeffrey Epstein, the safe, went missing.
I wonder how that happened.
So whatever they found in Trump, whatever they wanted to get from Trump, is it possible that it will also go missing?
Yes, it's going to go missing.
Exclusive. An informer told the FBI what docs Trump was hiding and where. Informer means spy. That the FBI put in Trump's.
It was a woman
Probably
too.
Was a Secret Service.
I think it was a woman.
Probably a Secret Service member.
Women in Secret Service?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never seen a woman that is Secret Service.
Yeah, women are Secret Service. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You anybody in the conversation know whether women be in the Secret Service? Because I've yet
Women
to
are
see
in the
one.
Secret Service.
Okay.
I think I remember Biden giving them a congratulations or something like that.
So one, or did he just start that?
He said, "Look, man, leave me alone." Right now, I'm into something right now. So possibly the FBI, this is all alleged, went into Trump's home to get the binder of the Operation Crossfire Hurricane. They did not go in there for no nuclear codes. Remember they said Trump gonna push the button?
Oh, that's Rachel. Rachel, what's her name? Maddow.
Yeah, Rachel Maddow.
On NSB. I can't stand her.
So they're still pushing this narrative that Trump, crazy man, is gonna blow somebody up. They not in there for the nuclear codes. Whatever Trump got, and I don't think they found it because they was in his house for 9 hours.
9 hours sniffing panties.
So I don't think they found it. They just took everything else, and Trump was like, "Hey, we don't even know what they planted in there."
Exactly. Do they have cameras? There's wires everywhere.
Yeah.
He might as well not even go back to that estate.
You might as well sell that. Or burn it. Not burn it like
fire.
There
you go.
No, not burn it like fire, but have somebody go in and just move everything out.
I did not condone what Duke said as far as him telling the former president of the United States to commit a crime.
It wasn't burning your own property.
It's committing a crime.
I'm about to lie just now. That is a crime. That is a crime. Burn something. That's arson.
Yeah.
Well, shit, they commit the arson anyway. The countdown. Trump pleads the 5th NYC Congressman pricing. Now this is when he went to New York because he was summoned. This is how they got him out of the house so they can raid the house. He pled the 5th, and this is somehow a big story.
Plenty of people.
He's a businessman. Of course, he's not answering no questions.
Plenty of people plead the 5th.
You don't answer questions
I don't answer questions. That's what Trump said. I don't answer questions.
I don't answer questions. Donald Trump's legal team floats dark theory about FBI raids. Donald Trump's legal team has floated an explosive theory that wake of yesterday's dramatic FBI raid on his Florida residence. Well, he basically said that they might have planted stuff in our house, and
What is dark associated with?
Did y'all see that video of Merrick Garland, who is Joe Biden's pick for Attorney General? How he defended the FBI and said they are honorable and we should listen to them and trustworthy and they stand by them and all that stuff. So now the Democratic Party is pro FBI,
and the Republican Party
is pro cop.
Republican Party
pro military and pro war.
Conservatives are saying we need to get rid of the FBI and start over with a totally new, different
get rid
agency.
Of the FBI. Now, so we went from the Democratic Party in 2020 saying abolish the police to being pro police and fund the police to the damn Republican Party is saying defund the FBI.
They're playing switch up.
How they flip the parties is just amazing. So now the Democrats are pro police, pro cop, pro law enforcement, and the conservatives are more critical of them. Now we know why, because somebody on their side has been affected. But just because somebody you agree with now agree with something you say, should you agree with them? Should you work with them to get it done? Or should you just ignore them, continue on your path to do what's right? They agree with you. They agree with you on get rid of the FBI, but you know why? Because it's affecting somebody.
Well, Jimmy Dore.
Exactly.
He said, I agree with Jimmy Dore.
Why would you disagree with somebody who?
And Nina Turner. I'm so disappointed in Turner and Nina Turner. Very disappointed.
She said she was calling out the hypocrisy, but it looked like she was defending the FBI.
She was race hustling.
Oh, you think she was race?
She was race baiter. I'm sorry, I don't see what Jimmy Dore said is anti-black. Anti-black woman progressive.
Exactly.
That's how she labeled it.
Yeah, she didn't say you were anti-black. He's anti-black woman.
Progressive.
Then she came back and said anti-black.
And she had that damn Turks and what's the name of they? Turks and what?
Young Turks.
Young Turks. That already make her look bad.
It look crazy. She lost that race to that other woman that the corporate dens got behind.
What really made you look crazy, Nina, is when you was Bernie Sanders' campaign manager and he said he didn't want to do shit with reparations.
And you didn't.
And you didn't immediately say, "I'm no longer your." Which you should know his policies before you even sign up. You already knew his policies before you signed up to be his campaign manager.
Exactly.
So, yeah, Nina, I'm surprised at you.
Judicial Watch sues DOJ for Russia hoax records were declassified and ordered released by President Trump. So they've been sued to get those records that Trump ordered to be released. And it just so happened is right after they sued, they stormed the house. The FBI went up in there. What a coincidence. We're just going to leave it there. What's this? Armed men approaches Cincinnati FBI office, exchanges gun. Ad blocker.
See, this is what Trump supporters go out and do.
They get it in.
They get it in.
Armed men approaches Cincinnati FBI office, exchanges gunfire with cops. This. What? We are in America still. This is crazy.
White people don't play.
Sick of it.
They like, we loyal to ours. Black people, somebody, they be, I miss you, my buddy. That you remember on Temptations where they would sing at the funeral, Smokey Robinson, I'll miss you, my friend, my friend. That's how niggas be.
Or they'll be in the street dancing to whatchamacallit? Electric slide. Or they'll be crumping.
Oh, they done moved on from Frankie. They done moved on from the original Frankie Beverly.
Bullshit. That dude lying.
Now they be listening to Beyonce.
Nobody, no.
Why, niggas still bump Frankie Beverly at cookouts. I did not know that Return of the Mac is actually played at cookouts.
When we had growing up, when they had get-togethers and cookouts, Return of the Mac was a must.
I was watching Shout Out to Country Style, and he was at one of the people that be on the YouTube. I was on there, and in the background it was Return of the Mac. And this is his funeral. I was like, wow, we do listen to Return of the Mac.
Yes, growing up, that's all we heard at our mall house. Armed men approach a Cincinnati FBI office, exchange gunfire with cops, flees on I-71.
Well, look who they promoting. Sunny days ahead for the black woman, I guess.
Sunny days?
When she with a black man, it's dark, stormy, cloudy,
evil,
thunder,
death, and poverty.
But when she got the white man on her arm, sunny days, natural hair,
shades on, sun out.
No wigs, no lace fronts.
Man. An armed man decked out in body armor tried to breach a security screening area in an FBI field office in Ohio on Thursday, then fled and injured in exchange of gunfire in a standoff with law enforcement, authorities said. The confrontation at the FBI Cincinnati field office comes as officials warn of an increase in threats against federal agents in days following the search of former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. That dude said, I'm going out in the blaze of glory. My country is falling, but FBI is turning against a former. That is crazy.
Yeah.
There's never been an instance where they've arrested a former president. We saw George W. Bush lie about a war and kill, a million Iraqis, and hundreds of thousands of soldiers, American soldiers, died, and he walked away smiling.
Matter of fact,
we saw Bill Clinton sell secrets to China.
Yeah, try to repaint George Bush. Oh, Michelle Obama offers George Bush a piece of candy, and they just painted his total inch. No, like, that don't put nothing.
Wicked man.
Oh, wow,
this is crazy.
His freaking wife's father is freaking Aleister Crowley, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's her father. Allegedly. Allegedly.
It's not alleged, it's a fact.
No, I'm saying alleged. Now, if you want to state it as a fact, you can state it as a fact.
You can look it up.
Okay, look it up.
First on CNN, Alex Jones' texts have been turned over to the January 6th committee, sources say. Oh, we know. This is all about January 6th.
It's like it's a witch hunt.
Now they want those texts from Alex
Warlock
Jones.
hunt.
They want to see if Alex Jones have any text messages with Donald Trump about January 6th for March. They really gonna use it to try to take him down. But let's be honest, they just sparked a fire underneath his base. All the people who were Trump supporters, that was a little melancholy. There was a little
and that ad that he released.
Oh, our country is the worst it's been.
That was a good ad. He almost had me about to. Was like, nope.
You about to throw your MAGA hat on? And
about to throw my MAGA hat on and wrap myself in my American flag.
Start using cake soap.
Nah, I don't need to use. Why would I need to use cake soap?
To get white.
I don't want to be white.
Are you gonna turn into Brandon Tatum?
Hell no.
That's bad. I keep bringing him up, y'all. I'm sorry. It's just that. Yeah, I can't even say what I want to say because
delectable
nigga. Member of GOP leadership says IRS could bully the middle class, target conservatives. Another.
Fox 8.
Ad please. I thought Fox News was still getting their viewership. What's going on? Members of the GOP leadership says IRS could be bullying middle class, target conservative if mentioned bills passes.
That's absolutely true.
The bill would give billions of dollars to hire 87,000 new IRS agents.
So y'all out here filing your friends' kids and all this stuff. You better go get you some kids because
you know the IRS bought bullets, right? You know the people who own the most bullets is the IRS. I think it's underneath Obama. They had 1 billion bullets.
Are the IRS actually military trained people?
They're another police force. Look at this. IRS Criminal Investigation Special Agent. We're hiring special agents now. Who are we? Whatever, it don't matter. Key requirements: be a citizen, be 21 years of age, qualify for education, special experience, and combination of the two, pass background check and history check, whatever.
At least in some job, you still gotta be a citizen, a U.S. citizen.
Listen to this. Major duties: adhere to the highest standard of conduct, especially in maintaining honesty and integrity.
Oof.
Bullshit. Work a minimum of 50 hours per week, which may include irregular hours and on-call 24/7, including holidays and weekends. Maintain a level of fitness necessary to effectively respond to life-threatening situations at the job. Shouldn't that be for police officers all around? You see these fat-ass cops. Can't even chase nobody, but they just popping bullets in people. Oh, but look at this. Be willing and able to participate in arrests, execute a search warrant, and other dangerous assignments.
Oh, they cops.
No, they changed this. Earlier it said you need to be willing to shoot someone.
Oh, they change. We know they change articles all the time.
They changed it to dangerous assignments. That's crazy.
I told you got a screenshot.
I'm sorry.
I keep telling you over and over. You have to screenshot stuff.
It is wow. You get 11 paid holidays, 13 vacation days, and 13 sick days. They changed that. I could have sworn it said earlier that you have to be willing and capable of shooting and killing someone.
Yeah. Oh, you got to go back.
Wrong one, Travis. I have all my family records. Just Joe. Oh, she checked you a little bit. Your little comment you said, I know my
Wrong
lady.
one, Travis. I have all my family records. Just jokes.
You kind of sound
okay. You're getting spicy like a Latina.
Hold on.
You're getting spicy. I need you to be an original tender, not a spicy one.
Hold on. I'm the one who was aggressive.
You are aggressive.
You sound a little aggressive there, buddy. Duke, I got love for you, but you wrong.
Now, whoa, George. How come when it's Duke, it's all I got love for you, brother. But with me, I'm a bum ass nigga. I'm a liar. I'm a snitch. But with Duke, I got love for you, brother. But you wrong.
What am I wrong about? What was? We were going back.
You know that's what somebody do out of love, where they love a family member.
Real love is bold, ain't it?
No.
All right, but Chicago black men who weren't all LGBT created, that sound we claiming everything. Yeah, I know. Kamala can definitely be tossed away. May have to fall from grace. Goodbye.
Well, Kamala used to tossing things.
Yeah, they would have to do some type of storyline to let everything got the bag on her to really make it where their base, not black people, but the Democratic base, would just be okay with throwing her to the left.
Brandon.
But yeah. The tip came from Hillary.
But her emails.
Yeah. Judge Mathis, black man in Seattle, was heavily attended by white folk for hardly neither gender from the color
that's true.
Color of black.
And I was gonna say that when I was downtown. Sorry.
Go ahead.
When I was downtown and I did see them protesting for Black Lives Matter, it was no black people out there. It was all Caucasian people.
Yeah, for the most part. Here's a question: are political parties cults?
Yes.
Yeah, at this point, it's gangs. You know the old
really,
term in
they
the black
repping sets.
Democrats and Republicans. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. And it all goes into masonry as well, but we're not gonna get into that. Great. I vote yes in his own religion. See Travis grab the bunny if you want to live. I think so too. Dude, you're right. Dim lips and never know to describe both my mom and grandy Indian heritage. They look like they black Indian photos shared on the net too. See? You thought I was saying something. Come on, Travis. Come here and kiss the ring. Oh Lord, I think we got like one more. What's this right here?
Oh, go back to the comments real quick.
Oh, here you go.
Go scroll up to where you go back up to George. He was saying, Duke, I love you, but you're wrong.
You already saw it.
Oh, and Duke name get capitalized. My name is in lowercase, by the way. I be picking up shit.
Wow.
I be picking up shit. Every time the nigga put my name in the chat, he put it in lowercase, but when he put your name in the chat, it's capitalized, the D.
Here we go.
That's
right.
respect.
Our approach to 2022 U.S. midterms. Twitter is now telling you what they're going to do during the midterms to protect you.
There you go.
I cleaned it up. So Twitter.
You didn't clean it enough up for that robot that's going to be listening to this video.
I'm scared of that other segment we talked about. I might have to. I'm scared of that part where we talked about monkeypox.
Oh, yeah. You done switched from the COVID to the. They say now he done switched from the COVID to the monkeypox.
They haven't updated the monkeypox thing yet, so I think we still clean. We're still green right now.
Until so hopefully after September, the CDC will really.
We can show our fangs then. Whether you're looking for breaking news and a reporter information, basically I don't even gotta read this. They're basically gonna control what you see on the internet. They're gonna make sure they recommend what they want you to see.
Like they did last time. Ain't nothing new.
They're warning you beforehand this time. Former Twist employee convicted of spying for Saudi Arabia. What a surprise. Okay. Run through this right here. All right. What is this? I didn't click on this.
Oh, what did it say?
U.S. Embassy and Consulates of Mexico. Oh yeah, Tijuana. There's
all hell is breaking loose.
I put this in the wrong place. The cartel in Tijuana told them not to go outside after 10 p.m. I guess they got some prisoners there. They said let them go. Or we killing anybody we see. It's in Tijuana right now. It's a lockdown. They're telling people not to go outside. Yeah, fires, roadblocks, and police activity in Tijuana, Mexicali, Rosario.
You see what I was talking about? How barbaric these people are and savages.
New Yorker,
it's crazy.
Millie was set to excoriate Trump. An unreleased resignation letter drafted by Lafayette Square photo op. He got mad at Trump for going into that church after the Black Lives Matter, what they call Black Lives Matter, Antifa, burned it down or tried to burn it down. He said he didn't like that and he was about to resign for that. I said, damn. We're going to a church? That's what set it off? Damn. UK plans for blackouts in January and emergency energy plan. So basically, UK gave all their gas to Europe. And because Europe fucking with Russia turned off the gas and they ain't got no gas. Now, UK gonna have to beg Europe for gas that they ain't got.
Okay.
Kind of make a point. They're about to have blackouts in January. Then they said 4 days. 4 days where the power gonna be cut off so they can survive, I guess. So are you telling me it's gonna be a blackout, but it's planned?
I told you they were saying 2 years ago
it's gonna be blackout.
It's supposed to be a blackout in America, and they didn't know how long it was gonna last. They literally said it could last from a week to a month. A blackout.
North Korea offers Russia 100,000 volunteers to fight Ukraine, says state TV.
So they've chosen a side.
Clearly, 100,000 people.
Why do y'all? People have to ask? What is the connection between Russia and Asia? Pretty much. What are Russians?
They're Eurasians.
Thank you.
The Europeans make the Asians. Yeah.
They view them as their people.
Yeah. And they also but the Russians also see themselves as European, which is why they thought they would be like the bridge between the two countries. And
no.
But now you got to pick a side.
No, the UN, they're telling them, no, y'all got more of that
Asian than
you do Caucasian. We're not accepting you.
Oh, like the Russians gonna be saying,
because Poland and Finland, I think they're about to be approved to be a part of NATO. They don't look like Russians.
No,
they very, very pale.
Yeah, the Caucasus. Yeah,
they're stereotypical looking.
Yeah,
Caucasian people.
Yes, thanks to Vladimir Putin, Germany has woken up. I just want to say that I'm not going to read this article. Is literally saying that Germany did come back to being the leader that it should be. It's like, you know what happened last time Germany did that?
They rounded up.
So people were reacting across social media like, are they saying what we think they saying? That Germany to recognize what power it has and come back to greatness. So wait, you're asking for? So hold on. We know for a fact there are Nazis in Ukraine and Russia is fighting them. You now want the original Nazi, Germany, to come back into power to fight so that Russia can fight them again?
And they're going to lose.
Russia lost way more people in that war with Germany than anybody else. They don't even get the credit for actually being the reason people won. America get the credit when they came in the end and just gave reinforcement, really. It was Russia. They lost. That's why the day of the war ended, they have a holiday for that. And it's a big day. They lost tens of millions of people. That's why they say we don't tolerate Nazis. We're going to go into Ukraine and get them out of there. The last time y'all came into power, it killed a lot of us. Okay, Trevor's ready to get done. U.S. accused of stealing over 80% of Syria's oil output per day. That's they
sounds like America.
They have to get paid for bringing democracy.
That's true. They're bringing democracy and they're making them not be savages anymore.
All right, last story. You got to hear me read no more. U.S. Africa can buy Russian grain but risk actions on oil. So the U.S. is telling Africa, you can't buy no oil from Russia. We're going to sanction your ass.
And they're going to listen. Or would they not listen because they do have China backing them?
South Africa do.
Oh.
They South Africa is in now Nigeria and Ghana. It's kind of like they got some debt with them. Or business, as they say. But South Africa is the one who really has, trying to build a currency with them even. How can you gonna tell a continent?
It's America.
You can't work with these people. You can't do business with them for oil. You can get grain and fertilizer.
Because America is bullies. They bullies.
But they supposed to be the world police.
That's them being the world police.
Anyway, man, that's that on that. We kept you. If y'all stay this long, really, 4 hours. Oh my God.
What is Oh, go down to the end. There's more comments, I believe.
Oh my God, sorry. Weird face.
Oh, did we read that one?
This Negro.
Yep, at Brandon.
Where?
Go back up.
She's talking to somebody else.
Okay, after that one.
Didn't notice the butt pic size. Yeah, this Negro. Trevor, you ready to join the bunny image? Not them getting a curfew. Exactly. Sorry to the UK folks. The largest white ethnic group by ancestry, the Germans. This can't be good for us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's funny because there's a lot of German immigrants, Polish. They all tend to go to the Midwest, Chicago. I mean, Illinois.
Chicago. They talk like Chicago.
Ohio. That's where they go. That's why you see those weird names, which is funny because they'll have a name like Swarth, which means black, but the German. We can't even go into the German thing. But yeah, that is the end of that. You stay way longer than I wanted to.
Thank y'all for staying around this long. I can't believe y'all stayed here for 4 hours.
I'm
Jesus.
gonna have to add timestamps to this because I ain't think Anyway.
But it was fun hanging out with y'all.
Definitely was fun. Hopefully we got y'all through y'all day. Maybe it's a lounge day for you. You're not doing much. Thank you for taking that time.
Ain't nobody got cable no more. Let's just be honest.
Ain't shit else on.
Ain't nothing on Netflix. Ain't nothing on Hulu. Ain't nothing on Amazon Prime. Ain't nothing on TV. And shit, it's starting not to be stuff on YouTube. A little dry out here.
People moving to Patreon.
Exactly.
People moving to Patreon.
It's so many people that are moving to Patreon.
They doing Twitch now. They doing
You wanna know why? Because YouTube is messing with views. They messing with people money and they're monetizing people. And they like, fuck it, I go to YouTube.
I can say what I want to say.
Yeah, say what you want to say.
But anyway, you got any last words, man?
Thanks for staying for 4 hours. And
that ain't gonna happen again. I know.
Now y'all, hold on, George, because I was called a liar. So remember this, episode 69, he said 4 hours won't happen again. Until next time, thanks for viewing the channel.
All right, man. Y'all please like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to share it. Really appreciate the support. All praise to the Most High. And peace, man.